Welcome to the first of our live programmes for 2025. It is the East Riding Stages, the first round of the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. We're going to be live in Stage 1 and Stage 10 here on my home lanes in Beverley. I'm going to have a quick word with Gav Smith. Gav, how are the stages out there?
Very slippery in some places.
Are they?
Oh yeah, just before you the bridge.
Of course, yeah, a bit of bridges separating this stage really into two different styles, and it was dry so far. It'll be wet this afternoon, even more slippery.
Been two different rallies.
There's a man who knows course car today, Gav Smith. You'll have seen him on the build-up in that Subaru, local garage owner in Cottingham, not far from where these stages are today. This is the first stage, Warn Common. Just a shade under 7 miles long, and it is split in half. You mentioned the bridges there. You've got a series of very, very tight bridges halfway through, so it kind of lures you into a false sense of security. Very similar stages to last year's East Riding Stages for those who followed it. But those bridges, as Gavin mentioned, have a lot of mud on them as you approach, because they're all entrances or near entrances to farmyards. We've had a lot of wet weather on the build-up here in East Yorkshire, but it's remarkably dry. Remember those photos of the water splashes of previous years that weren't meant to be water splashes, that was water soaking off the fields, because the roads in some places, a little bit like Belgium, small ditches, but the fields very high compared to the roads. And that means that in places the water had washed across. None of that this year, but we are due what looks like heavy rain from around 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we'll be live for you in the second pass of the Dunnington stage. Stage 10 this afternoon, which will be at just after 2 o'clock here on Special Stage. So we will be able to bring you, if there are two halves to this story, both of them. But here we are in the opening stage. For many people, the start of the season, there's been a few rallies to kick things off, a few warm-ups for people. But last year's rally winner, the man with number 1 on the door, and the man who has his sights set firmly on the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship, Mark Kelly. Will Atkins alongside, of course, reigning circuit champion co-driver, and no stranger to the co-driver's seat with Mark back in for a second season, albeit they're in a Polo GTI R5. They are due shortly into the finish here, so you're going to have action from, there you go, you've got the second of our cars through. Sorry, that's the first car on the road, isn't it? Max McRae looks like, is that Max? No, it's Keith Cronin, isn't it, who's switched in. So you've got a combination of stage action there. And then we'll be at stage end as well for reaction from our crews. First car through then, Keith Cronin. Mark Kelly is now running third on the road, actually, as far as the tracker is concerned. Interesting. Car 2, 3, 1 is the order. Rallies.info is where you need to be if you want your live stage results as they come through. We had a bit of a debate on Special Stage whether or not we bring you sections of all the stages today and disappear off after the first 15 to 20 cars to get as much mileage in ourselves for you, or to stay and get the whole of the entry through on 2 stages, and that's what we decided to do because that fits with our MO here. And our sponsors, Protyre, and the rest of the sponsors here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship, agree with us. They're rally fans like you and I, and they want to see as many cars through on this coverage as possible. We are mixing ranks here with the British Rally Championship and regional championships as well on the East Riding Stages. An all-star entry, 169 cars on the latest version of the entry list that I got. It's changed a few times in the last few days, hasn't it? Fair play. I know a lot of the guys around here do 12 cars now with the Beverley and District guys, but I've known them for a lot of years, and a lot of people have worked very hard on the build-up here. And some local crews on the entry as well, who I'm looking forward to seeing through, who will be rightly proud to be out on their local lanes. Remember the North Humberside Forest stages and the BTRDA being my local rally when I was a kid. And the buzz of rally cars around the place during the day, knowing there's a rally on, was pretty special. There's Mark Kelly then, Will Atkins, number 1 on the door. Last year's winners here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. They will be looking for a title charge, as will a number of others. James Williams, I'm delighted to say, a late entry as well into the championship roster. So we've got one heck of a story for you this season, and it starts right here on my home lanes in East Yorkshire for the East Riding Stages. A 6:52.9 from Keith Cronin. Mikey Garvin then in that Citroen. Got to get used to that car, and he's got to get used to fairly short stages as well. Keith goes well, but he likes some time to bed in. We will bring you reaction from all of the crews, but the narrative today will be the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. We'll just get a flavour from Keith. Will Crichton in the Yaris through as well. Keith, how was that?
Really tricky, but we just drove carefully. Did nothing too heroic, because there's a lot of stuff to get you out.
There we go. Nothing too heroic from Keith, but fairly happy in there. Seemed comfortable, didn't he? Will Crichton, Liam Regan then. 6:44. That's a heck of a stage. And a heck of a statement from Will, isn't it? 8.9 seconds faster through this first stage. That is how to announce your arrival. Will in the second of the Melvin Evans Yaris Rally 2s, the second of the Castrol cars with the slither of black on the livery, just to mix things up this year. The car that Chris Ingram won the championship in last season, of course. That was some time through there.
Yeah, it felt good. Just trying to be a little bit cagey with the brakes and things, but the feeling's okay in the car, and the stage is tricky, but we had a clean run.
Imagine if he wasn't being cagey with the brakes. Will Crichton, Liam Regan, currently fastest through this first stage. Mark Kelly, Will Atkins then. Just under 5 seconds back from Keith Cronin in third through this stage. Callum Black looking ever so twitchy there, wasn't he, through this first stage. Warren Common just under 7 miles to kick us off here. The longest stage of the day, the Dunnington stage at around 8 miles. And we'll be finishing off our live coverage for you today with that at around 2:20, the coverage starting of that, and it'll go through till around about 4 to 5 o'clock, depending on when the crews finish coming through, because we will bring you all of the crews through both of these live stages today. But if you're just joining us, welcome to the East Riding Stages, the opening round of the 2025 Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Mark Kelly, Will Atkins, currently third place overall on the rally through this first stage, third car on the road as well, but they will at that have laid down a marker for the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews. Are you happy with that to open things up, Mark?
Very greasy out there. I wasn't expecting that. So I think erring on the side of caution was the best way there. There's time out there for sure, but you can also be in a hedge, can't you?
Yeah, well,
so
you're about 5 back from Keith, so it's not too bad at this stage.
No, what about Will?
Another 8 back.
Okay, bit more than I expected, but okay, we went with caution.
Went with caution. I think Will Crichton is the man who has left the least caution out there on this Warren Common stage today. Sorry, my maths wasn't very good there, was it? Wasn't expecting Mark to ask me the questions. Here's a man we've been looking forward to seeing through here. What has James Williams done there? A 6:50.3, that puts him second overall in the rally. James, second overall in the rally, leading the Protyre crews. That was a good first stage, wasn't it?
Hard to know at the minute. It was still a bit shaky, 6 months out and all that, but generally happy with the run. First half was really good. Second half was just like super greasy, so every corner was a moment, but happy with how we started, so we can build.
And a splash of red this year.
Lots of red this year and orange too.
Cheers, James. James, a late entry into the Protyre Championship. We're delighted to have him, last year's Manx Rally winner, of course. Got a bit of a gap on the stage. It looks like James Ford has stopped on the tracker as things stand. So James Williams, Ross Whittock then with a 6:50. Just over 6 seconds back from Will Crichton, who had a bit of a stonker on there, didn't he? Callum Black, Jack Morton second in our Protyre crews. Of course, our reigning champions, 2-time champion Jack, 3-time champion Jack. Well, what a stage from you.
Slipping, very slippy. Really greasy surface, so yeah.
The pace is going to be hot. You can tell that right from the off. And of course, you've got to make on while the weather's good this morning.
That's it, yeah. We got, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like this afternoon.
Cheers, Callum. Callum was talking to us yesterday, and he said at some point today he does expect to be on the wrong tyres. That's just something that he accepts will happen today at some point. The question is, when will he be on the wrong tyres? When is that rain going to break this afternoon? Somewhere through the second loop of stages this afternoon. It says 1 o'clock on my weather radar, but it's never been that accurate. And East Yorkshire, I've been here for 40 years, seems to have its own little microclimate anyway. But Callum Black, the second of our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews as things stand. Myron Evans, I haven't got a time through from Myron at the moment. Oh, I have. 6:53 puts you 4th overall at the moment after that first stage.
Yeah, it was really, really tricky. Like, just it's not rained for about 36 hours, but there's damp like everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, it was just good to survive more than anything we can look at.
Survival in the first stage for Myron, one of the British Rally Championship crews. One of the crews returning to the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship this season, as you see there on the stage, Jason Pritchard. Fantastic to have him back and in that glorious Toyota GR liveried Yaris Rally 2 as well. He looked excited last night. Got that car midway through last season. It'll have been around the Nicky Grist stages, I think, when we went to North Road Garage and had a look at it in the showroom. Hasn't been able to use it, and therefore has been out of the seat for what? I know he's done a couple of short stints recently, but 16 months, something like that. It's a long time to be out of the seat, but a former champion in the Asphalt Series, a former British Historic Rally champion as well, which shows he doesn't take much time to get used to a new car. So we're looking forward to seeing how he goes in that Yaris Rally 2, but not nearly as much as he's looking forward to seeing how he goes, of course. So Myron Evans there, just confirming what I said earlier, it is dry, it has been dry for the last couple of days, but in the build-up over the last few weeks, we have had a lot of wet weather, which has led to things being fairly damp out there, although not as damp as the last time we were here, when the fields were struggling to drain and there was water literally everywhere. So just a bit greasy and a little bit more slippery than the crews were expecting after the recce yesterday, because it was quite warm yesterday, to be honest. And it did feel, it was quite windy as well, so it did feel very dry on the stages. Difficult to tell, but there wasn't as much mud dragged out as I was expecting after the BRC lads had been through on the recce. So interesting. Lots of curbs in the first part of this stage. The second part is where people will be starting to make the cuts, and that's where it'll start to get tricky. Roman Jurgensen, M Sport's new recruit. Maybe a path to the WRC. Currently 5th overall. Roman, you happy with that?
Yeah, steady start. Yeah, when we got to the narrow road, the grip change was so crazy. So definitely need to get used to it. And also we were slowed down by the car in front. Fortunately, they're okay. They had a big crash.
Good to see you on these lanes. They're confirming what I said then, that once they went to the narrow road, so after the bridges that signify the second part of this stage, it's ever so slippery. Mud being dragged onto the road because that's where the cuts come in, the curbs stop, and then you can start to get a wheel inside and just straighten out the roads just a little. And anybody driving on the road to work in the morning from these roads just east of the city of Hull near Beverley is going to be seeing exactly where those cuts have taken place. You can see the mean looking Yaris Rally 2 of Jason Pritchard. Look at the a 7:07 from Pritchard. Good 23 seconds or so off the pace, but it is a brand new car and will take some time to get used to. He's been out of the seat full stop for a long period of time. Jason, I'd say that was a baptism of fire for you.
Yeah, definitely. First left-hand run, we had a big slide on the cold tyres, and just knocks your confidence from there. And then obviously it's hard to read the road. It's constantly changing the grip levels, and yeah, I'm pleased to see the finish board anyway.
Yeah, this car is brand new to you. You've not been in the seat for a long time, but you're a previous champion, so it won't take you long to get on top of it, I'm sure.
No, it's all about learning, and yeah, you don't learn anything, put it on the side of the road. So yeah, it won't be the quickest, and yeah, it'll take my time to get into it.
Well, there you go. Jason Pritchard, Phil Clark. Talking of former champions, we've got 5 here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship this weekend. And here's another of them. The man who handed over the baton of champion to Callum Black is Steve Wood. Steve, how was that?
Yeah, very slippy, as most probably everybody else said.
Yeah.
Yeah, very catch you out anytime, you know.
Trickier than it looked on the recce.
Oh yeah, a lot trickier, yeah. A lot trickier. It just, you know, yeah, big time tricky.
What's your thoughts on the weather this afternoon? Happy with wet, or would you prefer it like this?
If it rains, I need it to rain, but not in between, you know. It's a big choice choice to make then.
And we're off with the rally cliches. Former champion in this series, Steve Wood, Kenny Hull alongside. The old adage, you don't want it sort of wet. You don't want it just a little bit wet. You need it fully wet if you're going to be out there on wet tyres so you can push. You can't push when it's somewhere in between because the tyre choice becomes difficult and the grip levels are impossible. Almost impossible to tell. Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop not entered for the Protyre, one of the M Sport crews here in the BRC. Be an interesting guide to see how Gary felt that was. It's normally the co-driver's mirror you take off first, Gary. You're obviously pushing.
Yeah, no, to be fair, that was just at one of the bridges to start with earlier in the stage. I think it's probably slippy for everybody in there, though. Good grip to start with, which probably give you a bit false pretenses, and then, yeah, second half very, very slippy. But
happy enough?
Yeah, look, clean enough stage and no dramas, and I'm sure there's been plenty of dramas ahead.
There will be. The second of the 3 M Sport registered drivers in the BRC. Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop alongside. We last saw Hannah on our coverage on the Roger Albert Clark rally, the last notable rally that we had her in for when she was co-driving for Chris Ingram in the David Appleby Engineering TR7 V8. Another of the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews, 3 times a runner-up. Neil Roskell, what can he do here on these lanes in East Yorkshire? You must be pretty happy with that.
No.
You never are.
No, I've no grip. I've no grip at all. It's like I'm just all over. I've gone with a soft compound tyre. I should have gone with a super soft. But it was just like an ice skating ring in there. It was, yeah, I've struggled there.
4 seconds behind Kelly and 3rd in the Protyre crews after the first stage, though.
Yeah, but it's a long way in it. But yeah, just this grip is. Yeah, I've been on grass more than I've been on tarmac.
Any consolation? Everybody said the same thing.
Oh, that's all right then. Good. There we go. See you later.
Roskell will not be happy until he's finally got his name on that trophy. Rob Fagg just adjusting the tyre pressures. Very experienced co-driver alongside. You can just see there. Neil and Rob will know exactly what to do. Rob's jumped out to get it done here in the stage end. We'll wait for David Wright, Jane Nichol to pull up as Rob just finishes off those tyre pressures. It's helmets off at the end of the stage, back onto the public road, and then off to the second stage of the day. 3rd place at the moment in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Andy Watson, the sticker on the side of that door, memory of the Mini Rally Challenge driver who sadly we lost last year. Back in the car, David, how did that feel?
Yeah, just nice to get back out on the stages, but it was really inconsistent, the grip levels. I think James Ford was off in there in quite a big way, so it's just getting that consistency feel, but hopefully we'll crack on and see how.
Got a list of things I can't say to you at a stage end interview.
Don't jinx me.
Good luck.
Cheers.
The last time I asked David Wright if he felt like he was on fire, and then the car burst into flames as the car drove off from where we were, and that was rally ending, and he wasn't back out for some time. Rob, how was that?
It's very slippery, yeah. We went on a wet, and I'm glad we did, to be honest, yeah. Thought we might have made the wrong call, but actually, no, it was good.
How's our resident superstar co-driver?
He's as famous as ever, and yeah, he's just chilled, huh?
Just as famous as ever, I love it. Still got his clothes on. Tom Woodburn alongside just announced his WRC campaign, and a bit of an in-joke, but it was a public in-joke because he put a post up with his new race suit, which he's wearing today. Looks as handsome as ever, but it looked like the first day at school pictures when you see kids all excited in their school uniform. Tom embraced it, said he's here for the abuse, he's happy. But no, those pair, they're a good laugh, and will be interesting to see where they line up. Not registered for the Protyre Championship at this first round. Maybe a decision they will rue. I always think it's good to keep your options open, even if you're not necessarily focusing on a campaign, although focus is important. I also said that on the build-up, didn't I? Will Crichton, Liam Regan lead the way. Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop overall. James Williams, the first of our Protyre crews, currently 3rd place. Here's Elliot Payne then, Patrick Walsh alongside. 3-time BTRDA gravel champion, looking to really break his duck on the asphalt and try and get some dominance here as well. How was that?
Tricky.
You look knackered.
Yeah, it was a fair workout through there. Yeah, I certainly prefer gravel.
Yeah, well, we know that. We've seen the results, but this is all about learning and I suppose, you know, seeing how the benchmark lines up against these guys ahead of you.
Yeah, it's very, very slippy this morning. I thought there'd be more grip than what there was, so we lost a lot of time through there, really.
You'll be looking for wet weather later on just to even things out a bit, won't you?
Not on time, Mug.
It's a whole different science. Elliot looks a little more nervous than I'm used to seeing. Another extremely experienced co-driver, one of the top co-drivers in the UK, currently on tyre pressure duty, Patrick Walsh, in their Amigos race suits, one of Steve Perez's brands. Always an interesting livery. We saw the Mango Go livery a couple of seasons ago for Elliot, didn't we? But here he is in the Amigos car. BTRDA champion, in one of 2 Rally 2 Fiestas. They've just sold the other one. So this is the one that, let me get this right, he did some BRC stuff in last year, but it's not the BTRDA winning car. That has been sold. I think that's right. I think this is the one that the engine blew on at the Jim Clark quite dramatically, when quite literally went up in smoke in front of us. You see Max McRae, Cameron Fair put a 6:52.5 in. You just see them there behind Elliot here in the time control. Puts them 4th overall in the rally, but still behind, a couple of seconds behind, James Williams and Ross Whittock, the leading Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crew. Callum Black, Jack Morton, the second of our Protyre crews. Mark Kelly, Will Atkins, a couple of seconds, just under a couple of seconds behind him. Bit of tyre pressure adjustment going on here at the stage end. We'll have a quick word with Max as he pulls through, if he's going to stop for us. And behind him, Matthew Hurst, Declan Deere, not registered for Protyre points. Another one that I think may just regret that decision, depending on how these first few rounds go. But we will see. Max, happy with that?
Yeah, I think we had a small spin on one of the last corners and lost maybe 3 or 4 seconds. But yeah, apart from that, I'm happy with the new car and tyres. So yeah.
3 generations of the McRae family here. Proud day for you?
Yeah, it's very nice to have everyone here. That means I just can't make any silly mistakes.
Granddad will be on your case, and so will Dad this weekend. Jimmy and Alistair, Dad and Granddad, needing no introduction, of course, and to see them all in service last night was pretty special for any rally fan. I think we can all agree, can't we? So Will Crichton leads the way overall at the moment. Liam Regan alongside, and it is some lead as well. 5 seconds back to Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop, who looks confident in an M-Sport car, didn't they? It's Toyota Yaris Rally 2, Fiesta Rally 2 in the overall order. But the first of our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews, James Williams, Ross Whittock in 3rd place, and just over a second back from Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop. The fight is on. James looked confident. He has been building up to this first round of the series, and I've got a feeling this is going to be a big year for James. We saw him take an overall stage win in the European Rally Championship on day 1 of Rally Ceredigion, or day 2. First proper day of Rally Ceredigion last season, and this could be a big year for him. Making Declan work for it there. Matt, how was that?
Well, it's not gravel, is it, Paul?
It's not.
No. Yeah, it went okay.
I've heard it's quite gravelly in places in the second part, though.
It is. It's not too bad. I don't know what they're complaining about. It's not proper gravel. No, it was okay. It wasn't our best run. What do you expect? We're not tarmac specialists. Don't know what the time was. Well, I know what the time was. I don't know what everybody else's was. I think we did okay.
It's a top 10 overall time so far.
Yeah, but there's still some fast lads behind us. But yeah, it was okay.
Ever modest and gracious, Matthew Hurst, Declan Deere, multiple and reigning Welsh Rally champions, hence the gravel comment. And runner-up in the BTRDA as well. And definitely on for a big push on the gravel this season, as well as tasting the asphalt here in the BRC. Not one of our Protyre crews, but here is one of them. Hugh Brunton looks like he's had a workout. How was that?
It was good fun, yeah. Nice.
Slippery.
It's quite grippy at the start, and then it got worse throughout, but it was all right, to be honest.
Keep going, we'll catch you later. Hugh Brunton, Drew Sturrock. Here's a veteran of these lanes. Very quick. I'll take you 5 seconds. Roger, how was that?
Yeah, it was good. Good start, I think, but very slippy in places.
Nice and confident. It's a good start, very slippy in places. Co-driver calling for him to get a move on, but we only take a few seconds to do what we do. 6-time Asphalt Rally champion Damien Cole back. Last won his championship in 2016. How did that feel?
Very slippery. Yeah.
Is that all you're going to give me?
No, it was okay, but it is very slippery in there.
The plan is to get up to speed. How quickly is that going to happen today?
I don't know. Wait until we see some times.
Roger is smiling. Damien seems pretty happy with himself in there. We'll wait and see some times, he says. Damien did win his last championship in 2016, was last properly on the pace probably about 6 years ago by his own admission, so does want to be very quickly getting on top of things here. Barry, how was that?
Paul, yeah, it was good, yeah. First part of the stage was fast and it was quite clean. Second half was slippy.
Some big cuts in there?
There is, yeah. It's a bit dirtier than on the recce already, so...
Yeah, a bit dirtier this afternoon as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, good stage though, good, fairly clean. So
enjoy the next one, we'll see you later.
Cheers.
Another of our Motorsport UK Protyre Asphalt crews. Paul Hughes alongside Barry in that Fiesta R5. It's remarkable when you get to, is it car 30, car 40 before you stop seeing R5s and Rally 2s here. Steve Simpson, another of our former champions here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Always quietly confident. He has that little smile if it's going well. Have you got that little smile, Steve?
Yeah, it was all right. It was a good night, yeah. Tricky in there, kind of some slippy places, but other than that, no, it was fine.
Was it trickier than you thought?
Probably less tricky, but you could see the damp on the road, so you knew what was coming and things like that, so...
Good to hear. Steve Simpson, Mark Glenister. Steve reporting it was less slippy than he was expecting. Maybe experience showing there. Haven't got a time. Have I got a time through? Not yet. I'm just waiting for the times to update. They've been pretty good so far, I've got to say. A top 20 time for Steve Simpson, Mark Glenister, 7:24 compared to our leading Protyre crew, James Williams, Ross Whittock, who are on a 6:50 as things stand. James Williams, Ross Whittock lead the way in the Protyre crews. And it's Callum Black, Jack Morton, closely followed by Mark Kelly, Will Atkins. Sam Toozle, Max Freeman have put in a time just 3 back from Mark Kelly. It'll be interesting here to see what Sam thinks to that. He's on a big charge this season. He's already laid claim to that. 3 back from Mark. That's not bad in your first stage.
Oh, mate, the road is really bad in there when I've come through. Like, I see where that time is. We're up on the banks. It's dragged in. There's a lot of mud on the road. But to be 3 back, I'm not complaining with that, mate.
I can feel the energy in here, and there's a lot of support from back home in Jersey.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, this is brilliant. That was a really wake-up stage. Let's go. Let's get at it.
I love this. Let's go. Let's get at it. The Jersey man and this weekend, the Journeyman heading over to take on the East Yorkshire lanes. Having won the Jersey Rally, his home rally last season, and really got up to speed here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Sam Toozle, Max Freeman on the notes, and right now on the tyre pressures as well. Now here is a sight to behold. Johnny Milner back in the Toyota Corolla WRC that he won his British Rally Championships in. Johnny, you know how good it is to see you because everyone tells you that, but it really is. How is that?
That was a wake-up call. Yeah, slippier than I thought it was going to be. A lot of big slides in there and a lot of interesting braking points. 1 off already if I was in there, so on a corner that we thought might be quite slippy, but yeah, it's going to be interesting this afternoon.
Just have a look at the camera. Look in here. We talk about WRC cars not being with us anymore, but just have a look in there. How amazing does that look? 2002, 2003, this was the car to be, and this was the driver to be as well. And here he is on his pretty much your home lanes, Johnny.
Ooh, yeah. I live 20 minutes away, so yeah. I don't travel them every day, these roads, but yeah, it's amazing. What a rally, really well organised. Long may it continue and get bigger.
There we go, the man who knows. And we overuse the word legend, but it is completely worthwhile in this case. Johnny Milner, Sean McMath alongside. What a man, and what a car, and what a combination here on his home rally on the East Riding stages. Brad, first stage, and I know this has been a nerve-wracking build-up for you. I can see you shaking.
Yeah, that's difficult in there. The grip really changes from corner to corner, you know, and we had a couple of big moments in there, which I didn't really want to do for the first stage. I wanted to sort of settle the nerves if we could, but we're here still, so let's keep
look
going.
At that hand, look, we've still got the strapping on it. How is it?
Yeah, we went for a test last week and it was sore, so I've been physio this week and we'll keep going. So.
Good luck. We know you're on a journey.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Brad Colt, Jamie Vaughan had that almighty crash on the Manx last year, breaking his hand and pretty much sidelining him for the rest of the year. But then he came back in a Rally 2 Fiesta. It's not all bad, is it? But he knows he's got a real job on to get used to that car. Sean, this is a bit different from a motor racing circuit.
It is. It's much better. I prefer it when it's and it's slippery out there, and it's good though.
It's a chance to push the car, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Just test it more and see how we get on with it. So
you happy though?
Yeah, very happy. Yeah, pleased with it.
Go. You have a smiling Irishman. Sean Quigley, Colin Quigley alongside. So we'll look at some times, and we'll start to bring you some leaderboards once we get some of the further classes and categories through here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the East Riding stages. It is the opening round of the series, and indeed we are sharing the billing with the BRC and with a number of regional championships and local crews who are delighted and excited in equal measure to be out here on their lane, something that we've all dreamt of here for a long, long time. And here in year 4, the East Riding stages just seems to be getting bigger and better. It's got an all-star entry this weekend, but we'll bring you reaction from all of the crews, all of those that want to stop, that is, here at the stage end of stage 1 and stage 10 as well. And as you can see, we've got action for you from the stage as well. Darryl Taylor, someone we're also used to seeing on the circuits. How was that?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, a bit slippy, but just finding the grip. Then
less in the second half.
What do you mean?
Less grip in the second half.
It's just you go through it so fast that you don't know. It's, yeah, but it's good.
Di Roberts alongside. An experienced co-driver was in with Neil Roskell for that championship charge to runner-up spot in 2024. In with Darryl Taylor this time out in the, it used to be a Martini liveried Rally 2 Fiesta. Here we go, the first of our blistering two-wheel drive cars. Hugh, are you happy?
I was slippery.
Yeah.
One of the worst ever. Yeah. Hairy.
You're struggling to get the power down? You got the wrong tyres, or?
Certain places is very good, and you can come around the corner. It's just like sheet ice. It's unbelievably. Lock in front and sliding back. Yeah. Just
quite tight in places as well in the middle part.
Yeah. It'll be an achievement.
So what's the plan for this first round then?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I love the stages. Just a shame it's not wet or dry, but yeah, it is what it is.
This afternoon might be a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, heavy rain will suit us better probably.
Watch out for Hugh James and Lewis Sim. They are going to be quick today. Taking a bit of time to get used to the grip levels out there, as you heard. But that is going to be one quick escort, and already has been here. Joe Cunningham, who looks like he's done a bit of grass tracking already.
Yeah, it's slippy in there, Paul. Lot of cuts from the big lads that have pulled it onto the road. And it's just one corner's got grip, the next hasn't. So tricky.
Well, you've got grass on the middle of your bumper. Does that show how big your cut was?
Don't show Uncle Kevin, will you?
I've already seen it. Good luck. One of the local crews out here on the East Riding stages, not registered for Pro Tyre points, but expect to see him mixing up the leaderboard. Knows these lanes pretty well. It does go well in that Fiesta S2000 Turbo. Big shout out to the marshals who have been working hard since yesterday. We did the recce yesterday, and there was already an army of marshals out on the stages and already putting a shift in so we can go rallying today. And as I understand it, there's a record number of marshals supporting this event this year. So a big thank you to all of you, and of course to all the officials and the other unsung heroes behind the scenes, making sure we can go rallying. And I've got to say as well, big shout out to the local council workers, the road closure teams, and those who have been making sure the streets are clear for the start and for the stages leading up to this Pretty exciting day for East Yorkshire. Thank you to all of you for your efforts. You're all a big part of the story. Rob Proudlock stepping up into the Fiesta this year. How was that?
Good fun. There's a lot of slippy bits in there already. I think it's just going to get worse as the day goes on, but it's the same for everyone.
I can smell a heady combination of brake and clutch, so you've been pushing?
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying.
He's not going to waste a second of this opportunity. Track is showing then that Mark Kelly has stopped midway through the second stage. On the tracker at least, we're hoping that is not the case. Alex Vassallo stepping up from the Citroen DS3 into this Fiesta. How was that?
Yeah, it was good fun in there. I mean, a lot of grip at the start, then kind of dropped off maybe quarter of the way in, and that caught us out a little bit. So half spin off into the undergrowth, but we'll manage to recover, so it's fine.
It's been 5 minutes since you were in the junior series. We saw you in the DS3 last year. What's the plan for this year? What's your plan of attack?
Well, we're doing BRC, BTRDA, SRC, so the plan is to get out in the car as much as possible and look towards 2026.
It's a big learning year for Alex Vassallo. Sean Cunniff alongside will certainly help with that learning. So Damien Cole, Rodri Evans, just to put into context those times we were talking about in the Citroen C3 Rally 2. A couple of seconds back from Hugh James, Lewis Sim, who are blistering and used to fighting with Rally 2 machinery in that Mark II. And Hugh obviously has the recent experience. But Damien was telling me yesterday, he's very realistic about his prospects here. He comes here almost a little bit shy about how many championships he won. In his words, it was mostly single venues back then. It's a very different kettle of fish these days. But he's looking forward to seeing how he gets on, and he's on a bit of a plan. David Camplin in the Skoda. This car looks well. How did it go?
Yeah, quite slippery in there. A lot of mud pulled out now after all the other cars through, but yeah, it was okay.
Different to the recce?
It was pretty much the same as that last year. In fact, we got a puncture in the recce car.
Right, there we go. Well, let's hope that's got rid of your bad luck for the weekend then. David Camplin, James Ducker. Getting a puncture on the recce car. That is not what you want, is it? Robert Proudlock, Daniel James, we saw before, another of the BRC competitors in the Fiesta, stepping up from the Opel Adam. We've got some bodywork damage here. Chris, a bit of bodywork flapping on the right. It just means you've been trying, right?
Yeah, it's just a square right. It just went straight on. I think a lot of people have gone off there.
Do you know what's happened to James?
I've just sent him off on the side of the road. There's no damage by the look of it.
It's got the bonnet up, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Chris Ford, Neil Coleman in the C3 Rally 2. One of our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship Rally 2 competitors. Behind them, James Ford, Neil Shanks, who it sounds like are at the moment stopped at the side of the road with what looks like a mechanical issue. Certainly the bonnet up. No damage that Chris could see, but never nice when Dad arrives at the scene and sees son at the side of the car. Quite often in these cases, and Charlie Payne used to say this, didn't he? He wants it to be the other way around. I'm sure Chris probably feels the same coming across James at the side of the stage there. Now, Ryan Burns and Harry Walshaw are an unknown to us in this championship so far. How's that gone?
Very good. I overshot a square right, just understeered and went on the mud a bit, but just getting through the first stage is good enough for me, so I'm happy.
First stage of a long day.
I know.
Enjoy it, boys. Harry, one of the star co-drivers here in East Yorkshire. One of the names that you see on the side of many different cars as you go through a season at the moment, and was one of the Motorsport UK Academy co-drivers as well recently, and just absolutely loves his rallying. He's so excited to be out in that car, and you can see why. What was the time like for Ryan then?
Mark Kelly's also.
No time through on my tracker, but I've got to say the times have been very good so far. Ryan Burns did a 7:36 through there then. Hugh James, the first of our two-wheel drive and the only one of our two-wheel drive crews through in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship at the moment, but we will keep you updated. But mixing ranks with the Rally 2 cars in that blistering Mark II that we have seen driven to such good effect here in recent seasons. Just to give you some context, the top 20 is currently rounded off with Johnny Milner and Duncan McMath. Sorry, no, I said Sean McMath, didn't I, earlier, in the former British Rally Championship winning Castrol Corolla WRC. An incredible car to see out. It's amazing how small, producer Wayne will agree with me, imagine how small the WRC cars look from that early era when you see them next to the current Rally 2 cars, especially considering the size of the road cars that they're based on. But Johnny, 3 seconds behind Roger Duckworth, Alan Cook. In front of him, Elliot Payne, Patrick Walsh, just over a second, 1.2 seconds ahead. Steve Wood, Kenny Hull, former Asphalt champions here in the Protyre, and back to try and overhaul the ever-fast Callum Black. He and Kenny Hull at the moment. Steve Wood just outside the top 20 overall. I'll give you a Protyre leaderboard. Mason just working on that for me in the van, because we've got one leaderboard with everyone on, which is fine, we can work that out. But as we go through, we will just bring you reaction, and as I mentioned, if you're just tuning in, with all of the crews that are prepared to stop. Dan, I was surprised to see you at Blighton when you turned up in this, as was Emma, but it looked like it went well in there.
It went well, yeah. We just come to the end, and I think someone had gone off earlier, and then Roger Henderson, the car's on fire. Possibly, we don't know. So they looked like they waved us through, but obviously backed off and was waiting for it to go red. So don't know. I don't know what's happening, but yeah.
Talking about the tracker device that these cars carry, is Dan. If it goes red, someone's pressed the SOS button and they need help. In the old days, we used to have a board that we used to stick up. Here's a man I've been looking forward to seeing. Right, now you're in my neck of the woods, Adam Malalieu. How was that?
It was good, it was fun. One little moment where we had to kind of swerve out of a chicane because we were coming in way too hot, but other than that, it was all right.
What do you think of these lanes? Because I quite like your lanes in Barbados.
I mean, it's a lot muddier, a bit slippy, but they're good stages.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's he getting on next to you?
He's good. You have to ask him. I think he's good, though.
Right, looking forward to seeing how you get on. Enjoy the next one.
Cool, thank you.
Good to see Adam Malalieu with Steve McNulty alongside. Comes from a very well-heeled motorsport family over in Barbados. His granddad owns an incredible classic car collection. I was lucky enough to be shown around that when I was there for Rally Barbados last season. And his dad, Andrew, is one of the Formula One stewards, and remarkably did the biggest donuts of all at Bushy Park for the final stage of Rally Barbados. But Adam had a bit of a nightmare, had lots of offs in the rain last year on Rally Barbados, and he's been exported, shall we say, to have a bit of experience on different roads and different types of events. But he has the co-driver who was with him, including for that huge accident he had on the King of the Hill at Barbados last year, Steve McNulty, well known to many of you. So, our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship top 10 at the moment looks like this. James Williams, Callum Black, Mark Kelly, Sam Touzle, Neil Roskell, David Wright, Hugh Brunton, Jason Pritchard, Roger Duckworth and Steve Wood. So an interesting leaderboard then. So Roger Henderson, according to Dan Bird, looked like the car might have been on fire. Emma was less committal on that. She just sort of waved their hand as if to say it could have been, that they were waved through and the tracker device didn't go red, signalling that there wasn't really an issue at all. Lots of steam apparently coming from the car. The Coombe Hill stage, which is next for our crews when they leave here, is just over 7.5 miles. This one starts just west of Skirlet, if you know the area, heads towards Gansted area where we are now. Withenwick is the next location, starts just south of New Ellaby. and then heads towards Flinton, where I used to get my rally cars worked on back in the day in a little shed on a farm up there. This is rally country. It might not be closed road stage rally country yet, but the East Riding Stages is certainly putting it on the map as far as that is concerned. But it is road rally country. I mentioned last night that I used to do a bit of beaver hunting in these lanes, and that's because the Beaver Road Rally is well known for taking in the roads that now feature on this, the opening round of the UK's highest profile Asphalt Rally Championship and the BRC, the East Riding Stages. Catching me out with the right-hand drive Fiesta R5 there, David. Happy enough?
We're not, yeah, fantastic, yeah. A bit slippy in place.
Spent it all sat there?
I know, yeah. A bit slippy, but, you know, great fun. Get the first one under your belt, crack on now, can't we?
That's it, that's what we were saying earlier. It's about getting the first one under your belt, taking it as it comes. Sounds like he's got something caught in the brake disc, actually, on that Fiesta R5, and you and I might not worry too much and just hope it shakes itself off going down the road, but these are very expensive brake discs and bells, let me tell you. Brad Cole, Jamie Vaughan then just getting up to the pace in the Fiesta Rally 2, not rushing the process. And actually, he said last night he's very privileged to be in this position. Doesn't want to rush things, doesn't want to go too soon and make any silly mistakes, and he does want to enjoy the process as well and enjoy learning and not spend too much time worrying about whether he's fast enough in these early days in the Rally 2. Stepped up from the Escort and was very much a competitor for Hugh James and Lewis Sim, who we saw through in the first of the two-wheel drive cars. We'll get a few more of those through shortly here. But Brad's first event in the Rally 2 Fiesta. Certainly working well. The road's closed there, so you know. Got a couple of athletes joining the scene. They're not going to get very far unless they want to go running across the fields, of course. But they've already gone through 2 sets of marshals and 1 road closure. To be told that by me, so they weren't going to stop for me, were they? David White, Paula Hannon, we just saw them through then, the White's Bakery Fiesta R5, a 7:32 from them. 2 seconds exactly, oh, actually, no, not exactly, just under 2 seconds slower than Hugh James and Lewis Sim in the Mark II. Adam Malilu, Steve McNulty, the Bayesian driver that we spoke to there in the Fiesta, 7:27, putting him in 26th. Overall, and this is a stonker of a leaderboard. Jay Briggs, now then, just signalling a local driver. I think you have to say now then if you're a local driver, don't you?
Now then, yeah, of course you have. Yorkshire.
What do you think of this?
I love it. I did it last year.
Oh, there's a book coming, isn't there?
Say that again.
There's a book coming.
A book. I wouldn't go that far. But that was slippy and treacherous. That, if you remember last year, it's similar, very similar. Yep. Harsh braking zones, mud everywhere. Just keep your wits together.
I was a spectator last year. I enjoyed the slippy bits. Enjoy. Told you there was a book coming, and it arrived, didn't it? One of our road rally crews here. I love this. Love road rally cars on stage rallies. How's it gone?
Yeah, not too bad. Dead slip in there. I don't know if everybody was saying the same, but absolutely lethal.
Everyone said the same, at least, though.
Yeah, even thought we had a punch or the tyres gone through the roof of the PSI, but there was absolutely chaos in there.
It's about getting through, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we're happy. We're here.
And these lanes were built for cars like these?
Yeah, they were, yeah, to be fair. So should have no excuses, really, but yeah. No, it's all good, all good.
So a slippy day if you're in a Road Rally Mark II. Robbie Sanford alongside Mark in that car. Robbie has done some work in the WRC this year with M Sport at the Rally Acropolis, and he has done some good work as well alongside a number of drivers that have featured on our special stage programmes in the last season or so. What do we think, Aaron?
Oh, mate, amazing. Yeah, good, steady first start. Yeah, let's
Are you
get
feeling as energetic as that?
No. Yes, I am actually, yeah. Yeah, change your mind.
Did James just elbow you then? Enjoy.
Great stuff.
Karen Hankin, James Swallow, another of the Circuit Rally Championship crews joining us here on the closed roads. Day in this car always looks so ready for action. Are you looking ready for action this morning?
Yeah, all good, mate. It's very slippy out there, very slippy. There's a few cars off, but yeah, just try to bring tyre pressures down a bit and try to get a bit of traction now, but it's very, very slippery.
What's the sideways then?
Say again, sorry?
Lots of sideways.
Always.
Thumbs up from the co-driver. Lots of sideways. Guaranteed. Nathan Evans then. I'll check the times in a minute. I haven't got them. Very quickly. Nathan, now. Go on. Clutch.
Yeah.
All right, clutch problem for Nathan. Maybe won't show as being as quick as we were expecting then if he's got that clutch problem. Callum Black, 5.4 seconds behind James Williams at the moment in our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship leaderboard. If you do want the overall leaderboard, you can go to rallies.info for that, or indeed if you want the BRC leaderboard. Mark Kelly, 1.9 behind in third. That is a close leaderboard for the Protyre at the moment. Going around the other side of the car, I'm going to jump on the bank here. Just about get to you. I know what you were trying to do there, Joe. How was that?
Slippy, yeah. I don't know if it's like the right answer or not, I don't know.
Everybody said exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to...
These lanes are notorious for it.
Hellish. Oh, aye.
Happy enough though, one stage in?
Yeah. As long as you stop pulling the crap out, we're okay.
There we go. Talking about the mud that gets dragged onto the stage from the recce. Charlotte didn't look like she wanted to talk to me either, so I had to dive to the bank there. Kyle, that looked smooth.
Yeah, good stage. Slippy out there.
Yeah.
Very slippy.
Tell me about it. Where was it?
Grip. Oh, everywhere you don't expect it to be. Yeah, lots of grip, then no grip coming out of corners. Folk cutting, obviously, so we've got to be careful in this. So yeah.
You can tell when the co-driver says it's slippy, it's definitely slippy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck, lads. Kyle Adam, Stephen Brown. A big season last year, didn't he, Mr. Brown? Happy enough?
Yeah, it's very tricky. It's very hard to judge, especially the second half, where it's more shiny and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We got through it. So
too early to tell where the battles are for you.
I think so. Yeah, we'll see what the guys behind do, but we'll see. Yeah.
You're still smiling. That's the main thing. These are great lanes, and it's a great day to go rallying here in East Yorkshire. You might not be saying that this afternoon. What do you think to this rain that's coming this afternoon, Kieran?
At least it'll be the same weather in there. It's very, like the start is very dry and it's just completely greasy, but we got through.
Look, you've got a bit of experience under your belt now. You got a couple of crashes out of the way. This is the season to really nail it, isn't it?
Hopefully. That's all we can wish for.
Lots of support from back home and lots of support from the family out there on the live streams.
Yeah, plenty, so there is. Just have to keep them happy.
Enjoy, lads. A couple of the junior BRC competitors. Kyle, hot work in there.
Yeah, very tricky stage in there, but happy to get through it quite clean. Struggled about the tyres on there, couldn't get them on, and then sliding about at the rear a lot, but happy to get through nice and clean. So,
is it a consolation prize if I tell you that everybody said the same thing?
Well, that's good, but very, very tricky. But what times did the guys do ahead? You don't know.
I've not got the times up actually. We've been following the Protyre time, so
thank you so much.
You can have a look on the road section, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
James Ford, as you can see, just pulling up where our in-stage camera is. We'll hopefully get a bit of reaction and find out what's actually happened there. It'll be interesting to see where our two-wheel drive competitors end up in the leaderboard. At the moment, Neil Roskell tucking in just 0.9 seconds behind Sam Touzle. Quite close in the Protyre crews, although it's James Williams with the biggest gap out in front at the moment. He'll be pleased with that. Steve Wood rounding off the top 10. Roger Duckworth had a good stage there, didn't he? And I know he couldn't stop for long, but he did stop for long enough to tell us that he was quite happy with that. And I would say he should be as well, 9th place. That older spec Fiesta R5 compared to the other cars around him. Jason Pritchard, I would say, taking a bit of time to get used to that Yaris Rally too, but I wouldn't mind being 8th overall in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship leaderboard, with the leaderboard that we have for you today at this opening round. Hugh Brunton just ahead of him as well, 3.2 ahead to be exact. But James Williams and Ross Whittock have certainly laid down the marker for the Protyre crews, haven't they? And if I flick to the overall results, but really bad not having the time for Kyle, but we are concentrating on the Protyre leaderboard, albeit bringing you reaction from all of the crews on the rally, because for us and our sponsors, the rally is more than just one championship. It is a story of people, it is a story of the people behind the scenes, and ultimately, however you're following a rally, we do this for all of you. And we're delighted to have sponsors that share our approach. So James Williams, Ross Whittock then, just dropping to 4th overall. But that is not bad at all. Less than 8 seconds behind on the first stage, weren't they? Keith Cronin. I've got a feeling this is going to be a close cup this year, just from what we've seen in one stage.
We had a 7:15 there. What is the rest of the boys? Oh, you know time. Yeah, look, this is my first time in this car. It's a lot different than the Fiesta, and I don't know if we're on the right tyres or not, because every single corner she's just wanting to slide and wash out on me, so I don't know. I'm happy to get through that stage. And
from car 1 to car whatever we are here, car 50, everybody has said that.
Yeah, it's mad. It's just one corner you grip and next corner you go around, and it's just nothing. It's just close calls every corner nearly. It's good fun.
Yeah, you're still smiling, that's the main thing. Lots of sideways, lots of skids. What we say around here, we're going for a skid. If you're wondering why on earth I can't read them the times out when they ask me, we're concentrating on the Asphalt crew. So when another one comes in and asks me, that does throw me, because it's very difficult to concentrate on them all. I'm going to run around. Some expert use of the stop hand by the co-driver there. He's going to interview you. Stop. How was that?
Yeah, it was fun. A little bit greasier than I expected, but yeah, there's plenty of time.
And you know these lanes?
Yeah, we know the lanes, but I didn't realise the surface is going to be quite so tricky today. But yeah, it's quite.
I must admit, it looks different to what it was on the recce yesterday, even.
Absolutely, it was all bone dry yesterday. But yeah, there's plenty of people been on the grass verges down there.
And what do you reckon for this afternoon?
Wetter.
Local knowledge help there, do you think?
I doubt it very much. No, I don't think.
You're not a road rally boy, are you, really? It's stage rallying mostly for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 40 plus years since I did road rallying, but yeah, mostly stage rallying.
Yeah. No beaver hunting inside here. Must stop saying that. I get a mucky look from Wayne Goldring every time I do. Got a message from Robin Bradford, actually, yesterday from Rally Barbados to tell me he quite enjoyed our live pre-show last night with Phil Bramwell. I hope you did as well. A bit of reaction from our crews. Mark Kelly is going again in stage 2. You'd be pleased to know. Which, given the current leaderboard, he'd be pleased about as well. Darren, was that okay?
Yeah, it was good, yeah. Not as slippy as I thought, to be fair.
Is it not?
No, it wasn't too bad. A little bit in the middle, but...
You're one of 2 drivers only to have said that in 50-odd cars.
Must have been going too slow. But then...
Or you've got exactly the right tyre choice and you're going to surprise yourself when you look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the leaderboard, but I reckon we're on the right tyres. Yeah.
I love it. A bit of realism and pragmatism inside that Fiesta R5. The Rally Media UK stickers on the sides of the cars. Official photographers of the event. If you want to see what some of the stages look like that we're not covering, you can have a look at that. There is also some coverage on the East Riding Stages Facebook page as well. We weren't getting a stop there, were we? We can't win them all. I don't think we've ever had 100%. Just looking down some of these times. So just to update you on the overall leaderboard for the rally, this is not just the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews, but everybody. Will Crichton, Liam Regan really stole a march on that first stage of the day, meaning that they're 9.7 seconds ahead of Gary Pearson and Hannah McKillop, who will be delighted, to be fair, 3.7 ahead of Keith Cronin and Mikey Galvin, who we do expect as they get used to that car and used to these lanes and bed themselves in to just creep back up. So Gary Pearson will be, metaphorically speaking, watching in his mirrors from now on. James Williams, Ross Whittock, he's the man you've got to watch in your mirrors for, whoever and whatever championship you are a part of, because he's going to be having a good day today and is already 4th overall, leading the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship Cruise. Mark, the last time I saw you was in a Metro 6R4, but here you are in a Mark II Escort on fantastic lanes. Are you enjoying it?
It's fantastic. It's nice to get the first stage out of the way. Obviously the Metro caught fire and that was a bit of a depressing day, but we're here with a different car and we're just going to try and play our way in and take it steady, but so far good. I mean, everybody's probably saying how slippy and horrible it is, but yeah, it's great. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
And when you look at the top of the leaderboard to see some of your old protagonists or your old challengers, Damien Cole back and Steve Simpson back in the four-wheel drive cars, do you have a bit of an itch to rekindle those days of fighting for titles?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a learning curve for me again. I've got to start at the bottom and work my way back up again. I've got a bad few years, shall we say, and I just want to enjoy it again now, and that's what this car's about, and let's see how we can go.
Well, if it makes you smile, we're delighted to have you back, and everyone at home watching is delighted to see you out as well.
That's really nice. Thank you very much.
We'll see you shortly. Mark Jasper, one of the WRC boys from our days of covering the Asphalt Championship in our early days of Special Stage. We've been doing this 16 years in 2025. We've been friends for most of them, Wayne. There have been a few tough times along the way, as there have been for anybody in this sport, or any sport, I suppose, but we're delighted to be still doing this, and a big thank you to our championships and the sponsors that keep us in a job and keep us bringing this live coverage to you. One apology from me. I am juggling times, a cameraman at times who I crash into, and obviously reaction here at the stage end, so I haven't had a chance to get to your comments, but hopefully producer Wayne, who is there, will read me a few out or tap on the side of the studio van and point at the screen when I need to look at the odd one. But don't forget, if you do get involved in our stream and you comment underneath, you will automatically enter into a draw to win one of these Rallying is Life Lombard RSC Rally themed hats. Richard, you look happy.
Yeah, we're happy. Was nervous going into that. Feel good now.
Do you realise there's nobody here that knows these roads better than him?
I won't go that far. You have to listen though, that's the problem. So, no.
Sam, who knows them better than you?
Phil Burton. Phil Burton.
Yeah, but he's in the wrong seat.
Well, so am I.
These are Navigators lanes. We've got a couple of seconds. Navigators lanes, Sam, aren't they?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, do a few road rallies around here, 12 cars, all sorts of stuff. But no, to come down a mini stage rally, carry your helmet on, something different.
We've done a bit of beaver hunting in these lanes, haven't we, Sam? Richard Jordan, Sam Collis in that glorious car prep Mark II in the old Shell Oils colours. Local man as well, Nick Carr, you may remember him from our BTRDA coverage. BTRDA Rally First champion, no less, back in the day. Now prepares those cars expertly. Peter, how was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was actually a lot grippier than I thought, to be honest. So yeah, it was good fun. We just need the car in one piece and go for a good wee run today. So
you're now number 3 of people who've said it was grippier than you thought. So that's good news, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think the tyres help, so I'll take a gamble on that. So we'll see how long they last. But yeah,
the weather forecast for this afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully it rains a bit.
There we go. That's what we want to hear. It could be someone to watch on the leaderboard. Peter Stewart later on. Watch out for car 57 in the Scrap It Citroen C3 Rally 2. Because he seems quietly confident, doesn't he? Grippier than he thought. Not many people have said that. It's interesting when you look down the drivers that we do have here, talking to Sam there. It does make it interesting when you hear from people who know these roads so well and they know just how tough they can be, but they also know how to go fast on them. He mentioned Phil Burton, who one of the event sponsors, who owns Maple Garage, one of the local garages up here, and a road rally specialist himself. We'll speak to him soon. Oh, talking of men who haven't brought their 6R4 out to play this weekend, but have switched to an Escort, it's the second of them. Mark, how was that?
Yeah, it was awesome, that. Just buzzing, yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah, loving it.
You look buzzing as well.
It's meant, just that's proper woke me up, that. Yeah, on it. Really good. On wets as well, but to be fair, they didn't go off.
Interesting, because everyone who thought it was going to be pretty dry and dusty after the recce yesterday had been surprised.
Yeah, there's a bit of mud on the stages, but it is dry, but these wets really...
What led you to wets then?
Darren Atkinson. do what he says, don't you?
You do what Darren Atkinson says. You do. Darren Atkinson, the B13 champion here in the Asphalt Championship, and overall podium sitter as well. Phil, you happy?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
What are you looking forward to today most after the recce?
That long journey home. No, all good. Just, yeah, it's good. That's good. I'm enjoying.
Looks happy. Another glorious looking Mark II. The Shell Oils liveried Mark II with Jordan Jones alongside. Wet tyres then might have been the way to go. So our two-wheel drive leaderboard here in the Protyre looks like this. Hugh James, Nathan Evans, Mark Jasper in that order. 0.4 of a second between Hugh and Nathan as well. So the fight is definitely on at the moment. Mark, as you heard, just getting back up to speed. And Rob, it seems like 5 minutes ago we were talking to you in the juniors. Stepping up here, this is the big league. How did it go?
It went good. We had a clean stage, and that's the aim of the game today, really. We just need to be clean, learn the new car, and then the speed will come, but it didn't feel slow.
This is some spec, I can tell that, because you're not a big lad and you're right in the back of the car.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious car. It's leagues ahead of my old car, so lots to get used to, so I just need to do it one step at a time.
Good luck. Rob Cotton, Owen Patterson alongside. That is much more of a car than it looks on the outside. Don't get me wrong, it looks pretty fine on the outside, but it is not a production spec Subaru by any stretch of the imagination. He's sat as far back as you would be in a world car. Inside that car, and just a few little telltale signs from the readout on the dash and a few bits of trickery around him in that cockpit tell me that that is no ordinary Subaru. And he will be one to watch, I think, this year, albeit not here in the Protyre, unfortunately, but you can follow his progress in the BRC. You can also follow his progress on the overall leaderboard today by checking in regularly to rallies.info, as I am now, actually. So, a very close battle for the top of the two-wheel drive honours here. And Nathan Evans had a clutch problem. You could see why he was keen to get off, because that was a good time considering there was an issue, and he will be keen to get that car off to stage 2 and perhaps nurse it through. If indeed that's what he's having to do. Rare chance, rare break in the action. It's quite action-packed down at the stage end too. Have a quick swig of drink. So forgive me a second or two's radio silence. No rest for the wicked though. Didn't quite get as far as getting the drink to my mouth. There we go. David, it's some lanes to be throwing this thing around in.
It's a nightmare. It's set up all wrong. It's absolutely lethal. I'm going to go back and either retire it or fix it. It's honestly, no.
My preference is fixed.
Yeah, we'd like to fix it, but it's just, honestly, it's just trying to swap ends. You just can't even go in a straight line.
I was going to say, you look like you're really on it.
No, far from it. We literally just nursed it round. Awful.
Okay. That would explain why David, with Mark Broadbent alongside in the Citroen DS3 R3, were a little bit leery. Nothing to do with how fast they were going. How was that?
Really slippy, good fun. Car's stepped a bit too hard, it's bouncing all over the place, so we'll get it sorted for the next one.
These do bounce around. Remember the F2 days?
I know, but it's normally a bit better than that. But yeah, good clean run, no problems, no lock-up, so happy with that.
You liking these events now, aren't you, Ben? You used to be a single venue specialist.
That's right, yeah, but practice makes perfect, doesn't it? So
Sam looks like he's happy.
Where's your Castrol jacket?
I'm not risking it out here, I'll get mugged. This is Hull. Ben Wilkinson, Sam Spencer alongside in the Peugeot 106 Maxi, one of the most fabulous looking cars on the entry. I don't think anybody would disagree. Taking me, and hopefully you right back to the glory days of the Formula 2 era. The only time the BRC has ever been better than that was when Johnny Milner was winning his championships. They were heady times indeed. So to have that Toyota Corolla WRC on these lanes, along with cars like that rekindle the memories, it's very special indeed. If you're watching this and you're on Special Stage on YouTube or on Facebook or on specialstage.tv, which is your home for everything Rally TV in 2025. Make sure you drop a comment on, even if you just tell us where you're watching from, and you'll automatically go in the draw to win one of the Rallying is Live Special Stage hats. You can't buy them, believe you and me. Alan, how was that?
Oh, dear. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes, that's the main thing.
To be honest with you, it's so slippery in some places. It's dry, then all of a sudden then you'll hit a wet patch, mud. Yeah.
Now, come on. All these people watching at home in Wales from those lanes, these are road rally lanes in East Yorkshire. This shouldn't bother you, Alan.
It should be second nature, but I'm 62.
I'm winding you up.
Yeah, no. I'm 62, so I'm out to enjoy myself, isn't it?
And a last-minute standing co-driver, which is brilliant, and a local man at that.
Superb. Sadly, Sophie had to pull out because of appendicitis. I didn't actually know Josh. I met him through a friend. He stepped in literally 2 days ago. He's done a bloody fantastic job, and I'm
about to tell me off for being late because he's looking at his watch.
Yeah, so chuffed is with me.
Right, off you go. I've been told off by your stand-in co-driver. Josh Carr alongside. Mark, these are great lanes for a front-wheel drive snapper, aren't they?
Yeah, we were quite committed through there. We wanted to see what it could do on wet, so because I know everyone else was going on slicks around us, and we thought we'd take
They've all complained about the grip, so drum roll, how was yours?
Yeah, good. I think we took 52 seconds out of that Escort in front, so that'll do, mate.
That's the way to go, then, it looks like. A strange gamble to have made, actually, I think. But if Darren Atkinson tells you to go on wet, regardless of what the weather forecast and regardless of what's happening underneath, you do it. Gary, what tyres are you on? You're on slicks, aren't you?
Yeah, super softs. Yeah. What a fantastic stage. Yeah. Oh, absolutely love that. It's the first time we've been in tarmac since 2009 on Jim Clark, and that is just amazing. I forgot what it's all about.
How do these lanes measure up to what you remember of the border lanes then?
Oh, it's just great. Absolutely great. I mean, because we used to gravel, some at corners we maybe backing it in a little bit too much, but it was just fantastic. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Backing it in a bit too much is what we want. That sounds great to me. Gary Cooper, John Riley. Off they go. Car revving its nuts off as they leave the stop line here, and driver grinning from ear to ear. And ultimately, that is what we want to see. And that's what you want to see at home, isn't it? These guys are very privileged to get to do what they do. But at the same time, they're putting on a show for you at home and for us here, stood by the side of the stage or indeed at the stage end. And so often in the past, I've watched interviews as a kid and thought, why aren't they enjoying it? Because I would be. So to see Gary grinning from ear to ear and also comparing favourably the lanes of East Yorkshire, the Beaver Road Rally lanes here, east of Hull, to the iconic lanes of the borders of Scotland for the Jim Clark, which is the last Asphalt event he did. That tells a story all of its own, doesn't it? Bring you an update on the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship leaderboard. After 3 stages, very shortly, here comes Adrian Spencer. Do some times as well to get your teeth into. You can check them out yourself on rallies.info. I just see you doing your own tyre pressure, sir.
Well, unfortunately, you can't get the staff these days. One has to do it oneself, you know. Need a service crew at the end of the stages to do it for me. But yeah, no, it went well. You know, a bit slippy in there in places, but it's all good fun. Really enjoyed it.
What tyres are you on, interestingly?
Super softs. Because at the end of the day, it's dry. If it rains later on, we'll probably put the wets on this afternoon, I think, the way the weather's looking. But then you've got to go with what the conditions actually are. So
yep.
Fingers crossed we get it right.
Well, at some point, as Callum Black said to me yesterday, everybody will be on the wrong tyres today.
They usually are, because you've only got one service. So, you know, you've got to make your choice and run with it and hope for the best you get it right.
Getting a nod. You've got to go.
Yeah.
Interesting, the tyre discussion that we're having today, isn't it? Those who have reported excellent grip and better than they thought are people that have taken a very, what would have looked like a very odd gamble for those lining up next to them at the start of this first stage here at Warren Common this morning Would look like a very odd decision indeed, but it's turned out to work out quite well for them. Wet tyres on, colder than expected, slightly muddier than expected, and far greasier than imagined. East Yorkshire lanes have turned out to be the right choice. Who would have known that? Well, Will Crichton was on slicks. I say slicks. For the uninitiated or those who are new to the sport, they are cut slicks. They're not quite slicks, not slicks like you see on a Formula One car. But they're not far off. And Will Crichton, Liam Regan certainly made them work, leading the BRC leaderboard at the moment. James Williams equally made them work in the orange amplifiers, MRF tyres. Interesting as well. And the MRF tyres are working so well at the head of the Protyre leaderboard. This looks like a glorious car. It's well prepped.
Yeah, it is. We've won an award for the best presented car, so really happy with that.
Congratulations. That's a coveted award as well.
Yes, yeah, really happy. Good start. Yeah. Good start to the day. So
how's the first stage gone?
Unpredictable, slippy in places where you wouldn't expect it to be.
They able to pump the brakes?
Yeah, they've just gone then, waiting. Yeah. But no, they were fine the stage.
Good stuff. Right. Well, there you go. You probably need the four-wheel drive a little more than you thought you would have done out there.
Just a tad, yeah. But with no adapter for his intercom.
Classic hand signals.
Yeah.
Quote, just a tad, tell me you're local without telling me you're local. Sam Coleman, my co-presenter, alongside with the most, have we seen this? Look at this, the most glittery pace notebook you've ever seen. I'm going to run around the other side very quickly because Sam will tell me if she needs to go. How you doing?
Would you expect anything else though? Like, of course not.
I was looking forward to seeing you though. Happy New Year.
You too, Happy New Year, I've missed you. We'll catch up.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Always, I'm rallying. Why would I not be?
There you go, Sam Coleman, one of our presenters here at Special Stage, and today enjoying herself as a co-driver, which is where she started, here on one of her local rallies. She has quite a few local rallies, being sort of northeast based. And here's the man that Sam Collis mentioned who knows these lanes better than anybody else, apparently. Shall we ask him? Shall we see what he reckons? Your and my good friend Sam Collis said that there's only one person who knows these lanes better than he does, and that's you.
Oh, is it? Right, thanks, Sam. Is that a compliment?
I think it was actually a signal of intent for you.
Oh, yeah. No.
How did that go?
The signal intent was to get further than last year, which was finish the first stage, which we've done, so we're happy now. We can go home.
Welcome to the end of stage one. What happens next?
Stage two.
You're getting a hang of this pretty quickly, given you're a road rally boy.
Yeah. I'm still a bit wet behind the ears, but no, we'll go see, get comfortable with it, and yeah, so far so good.
All smiles for Team Maple Garage here on their local rally, one of the event sponsors. Phil Burton enjoying himself, as you can see. Another one of our, I think one of our front-running, or will be by the end of the day, Anthony Allery in this Mark II here in the Protyre Championship. They were struggling for grip out there a little bit.
Yeah, I should have painted it green and put John Deere on the front on a couple of bends, to be fair. It was a bit slippery now, and I'm on the slick, so it'll be all right. Just hope the gods don't let it rain on me.
I think that happens this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'll get back and change my tyres then, but I'm just hoping they don't do it to me this morning.
Good luck and good to have you fighting here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Let's look at that Mark II. Expect to see plenty of action from our two-wheel drive crews this season. It's got to be one of the best looking cars on the event. Is it full Group A spec?
Yeah, it's full. Like it's all apart from it's got a 16 in rather than a 2 litre, but we'd have a 2 litre for it.
Okay with that. Mark III Astra is okay by me. How's it going?
They're not bad. We'll probably come out on wets and listening to all your stage end interviews. They were saying how slippy it was. It's obviously dried now because it wasn't bad at all, to be honest. Yeah, so
that's interesting. I thought maybe there'd been something changed.
Yeah, no, it's there's very few. There's probably 4 or 5 bits where you've got to watch the grease on the road. The rest's pretty good, like so. But that's going to change quick with these showers, isn't it?
Yeah. So well, this thing looks glorious. Enjoy. Carl and Rob Tour in the Mark III Astra, the Group A car. Listen to that. Group A. The sound of Group A in East Yorkshire roads. As a kid, I could only have imagined Well, you're always smiling, even if it's not the best start.
Yeah, plug lead come off first stage, so yeah, so it's missing. We've had to pull off and fix it, but at least we're back on.
So, Nathan, what do we expect from you today?
A finish, hopefully.
Damage limitation now.
Yeah, just his first time in car. We've only had it a week, so not driving before.
It's good though.
Yeah, looks all right.
Shame when it breaks on stage 1, but we'll let you get to stage 2.
Yeah, all right, cheers, pal.
Nathan Bolton. Expect to see him getting up to speed. Another one of our Rally 2 crews here. The almost 150 individual entries into the championship in the Protyre this season. How's that gone?
Morning, yeah, really good. My first tarmac rally ever after 2 years in that Fiesta R2 in the gravel. So yeah, it felt really good. Just got to work out tyre pressures and which tyres to have and everything like that. All new to me.
Do you have enough grip out there?
Yeah, mostly. So slippy in places, but I think it always will be.
More than you'd be used to on the gravel anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of grip compared to the gravel, yeah.
Thank you. Cheers. Number of crews switching to the Asphalt, including Sam Mason, James Seymour there in the Peugeot 208. Got an interesting car coming up shortly, and it's a man who I mentioned in my video. You might want to jump back and get your mirror. It's on the road there. How was that, apart from taking the co-driver's mirror off?
No brakes.
Right, are you ready for some grass cutting in stage 2, Ken, at Ken Sturdy's corner?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, thanks for that.
Yeah. Any grass cutting in there?
Do what I can. No, it was fairly tame for me, that one, really, just bedding in, but...
Was he tame, Glyn?
But yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Well, I've heard that the crowds have gathered at Ken Sturdy corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah.
Tim Rogers might be there.
He wants me to do a donut, but I'm not doing that. Too much of a waste of time. Well, unless everything goes completely wrong.
Gilles Panizzi style.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
Right, we look forward to seeing you out there. See you at stage 10.
See you later.
Ken Sturdy, another local businessman supporting this event from the start and a sponsor with his Spectrum IT business. I use Spectrum at work as well. And Ken's approach to business is absolutely spot on. I'm going to just run up the road and grab that mirror before anybody runs over it and gets a puncture. Bit of Fiesta R2, Rally 2, no, R2 mirror if anyone wants it there. That was a bit beyond the Call of Duty, wasn't it? Having to collect car bits off the stage.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, that was a nightmare. We had no intercom. The intercom stopped working second corner, so yeah, nightmare. But
it's the one stage as well that you can't see what's coming. There's a few later on where you can actually see ahead of you quite a way.
Yeah, we flat shift's gone as well. Intercom went, so not a great start, but yeah.
You're going to run out of rally driver excuses by the end of stage 3.
I've got the whole book, so
and he's using it. Alan, taking a long trip over from the Welsh lanes to our East Yorkshire lanes. How's it gone?
Slipper there.
Yeah?
Yeah, only on certain bends, like, but it's nice otherwise.
I was saying to Alan, that's what you guys want.
I know, innit? That's what
you came here, you didn't slip and slide around. You want me enjoying yourself?
Aye. Well, yeah, good. Hopefully tyres choice is right, but we'll see now.
Lots of home support for you as well.
Yeah, brilliant. So, yeah.
Good to have you with us.
Cheers, buddy.
Alan Wellesby, Dan Parsons then, one of the crews over from West Wales in a Road Rally Spec Mark II. When we talk about Road Rally Spec, you'll see if you look carefully, I know you've got me as a small clip in the corner of your screen, but if you look carefully, you'll see the back seats. And most of the trim is still inside the car. And road rallying is how these lanes earned their reputation and how this area of East Yorkshire earned a reputation in road rally terms as rally country. Navigational events that run on an evening, run through the night, and it's very much a navigator's sport. It's all about timing and accuracy and navigational map reading skills. Very different to stage rallying, but it is where stage rallying began, of course. And it's where the East Riding stages began, on the lanes here. So to have some of the Welsh guys over with us, Paul Robbins, Jordan Wilkinson joining us in the Protyre series this season. How was your first stage?
Yeah, it was great. Dry in a lot of places, but on some of the corners quite slippery, so you had to err on the side of caution. But yeah, if it stays fine, I think it'll be a better rally. I think if the rain comes in this afternoon, there's going to be a bit of carnage. But
yeah, plenty of entertainment.
Yeah, yeah, plenty of entertainment. Yeah, but
Jordan looks happy.
Yeah, all good. Yeah,
we're all stuff, guys. We'll let you get on it. Almost 100 driver co-driver combinations signing up to the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship for this season so far. At least 10 of those additional entries coming on yesterday, the final day before the first round. Wakely had a very busy, our championship coordinator had a very busy day yesterday at Beverley Racecourse, administering the new entries. Didn't get finished till, I know this because he sent me a list of the final entries for the championship at midnight this morning. That's when he got finished. So working hard, and fair play to Paul and his colleagues behind the scenes at the Protyre Championship. And another shout out while I'm doing that to the marshals and everybody working hard to make sure this event runs smoothly, safely, and Sam, I need my cameraman to move more. You let me guess until the last minute there, didn't you?
I did, but you got it right. Well done. Good morning. How are you?
All right,
yeah, not a massive debate, as I'm sure everyone said about tyre choices. We opted for the wet. It's only our first rally of the year. I've never driven on wets before. They move something, but no, I'm happy. I'm really good at the stage.
The only people who have said that the grip was better than they thought are those that have been on wets. About 47 drivers have told me it was horrendous.
Yeah, well, they've probably cleaned it all out for us. So, but no, I'm content. You know, looking forward to it. Really enjoyed this rally. So, yeah, thank you.
Enjoy. On to stage 2. Big smiles inside the car. Simon Dalton, Ryan Jones alongside in the. That is a Group N spec Impreza, which is what I'd expect to have seen when I looked inside Rob Cotton's car earlier. I didn't. I saw something that looked very much like a. Well, it's more than a B14 car. It was almost R5 spec when you look inside there. I mentioned earlier actually that you heard me mention earlier that this is one of the stages where you can't see very far ahead because of the hedges and because of the undulations in the road and the buildings as well. This is extremely tight, and this is not the place where you want to be losing your intercom. There are some stages later on actually where it is pretty wide open. Look through my notes. I did recce yesterday. And Coombe Hill coming up next. At least the first half of that stage, very unsighted through the trees. Very green under there as well. I bet if we were at the end of stage 2, we get a number of people saying it felt very green under there. There's a nasty jump as well into a junction right, or a 90 right in stage rally terms. A junction right if you were doing it on the Beaver Road rally. But it is a heck of a jump into the junction on the next stage, but it's really later on. It's the Hatfield stage, which is a very short, sharp blast where you've got to watch out for the compressions, but you have almost at the end of stage 2, Coombe Hill, and then into stage 3, you have lanes that almost look like you're in Belgium. You can see some way ahead, and you can see where you're going, but you do have to just watch for some of the off-camber bits. The road drops away at the sides. There's some tyre grabbers in there as well. Ian and Paul, local crew, and rallying with a good cause this weekend.
Yeah, Marie Curie. Yeah, I've been collecting in the marketplace and on the Westwood. Hope people will give generously.
How's the first stage gone for you?
Yeah, good. Yeah. 2 cars off in front of us there, but yeah, it's slippery in bits.
Off or just pulled over?
Off. Well, one had gone off, but then pulled over. Yeah.
Right, keep it going, guys. And thank you for drawing attention to a good cause this weekend, raising money for Marie Curie Cancer Care. Ian and Paul, local crew who do enjoy this event. 4-door Mark II, love it. How's that gone, Phil?
Yeah, it's actually all right. We actually gambled. We've gone on the wets, just we thought it might be wet already. but it's fine. It doesn't wreck them on these. We're used to the circuit rally events, so we haven't got a clue on pace notes. So it's me and Nick who did touring cars years ago. We just have a good crack.
There is a nod to your touring car background with the helmet and with the steering wheel. It's hardly a rally car steering wheel, is it?
No, I know. I mean, we are roundy boys, really. Completely roundy boys. But this just is out of our comfort zone and scares us to death, so it's great.
Brilliant. Well, it's great to see you, and thanks for bringing a Mark II four-door out as well.
Yes, thank you. Well, it's a shame I was supposed to bring the Aston Martin back out, but I didn't get the gearbox back in time. But the other car's ready now, so next year definitely.
You did enjoy the Aston in the town centre last year, rumbling away.
I know, but I've just actually looked, same stage now. I think we're about 15 seconds faster in this, to be honest.
There we go. That says everything. Told you, the road rally lanes. You're never going to be faster than a four-door Mark II in an Aston Martin on road rally lanes, are you? I talk a lot about road rallying at the moment. You'll have noticed that. I'm doing some. We'll talk about that later. Steve, I've just said these are road rally lanes. Can you tell?
Yeah, that was really enjoyable, and first time out in the car today. First time on a closed road event, so yeah.
You're on wets as well?
Yeah, full wets. Yeah.
What made you go on wets? Because it's an interesting choice, but it's been a good one.
Yeah, well, basically, because we've no experience doing a rally on closed roads, we just felt that we needed to, and it's first time out in the car, so we just wanted to just have that bit of reassurance and comfort that, we can get some seat time, really.
Well, it certainly worked for you. Steve Porter, Liam Whiteley in the R5 Fiesta. Another of our crews on wets. And reporting that wet tyres seem to have been the good choice. Alistair, you happy?
Yeah, good stage. Everything went spot on, so yeah.
Happy with the tyre choice?
Sorry?
Happy with the tyre choice?
Yeah, mint. Yeah. And if it rains this afternoon, we have got wets that we can put on, so yeah, we'll see how we do.
Interestingly, those who've been on dry so far haven't been happy with the grip.
Oh, no, loads of grip. Yes, absolutely spot on. Now, it might be better because we're further back,
the wind's strong.
And I was quite happy to have the seeding further back because I thought, well, when the four-wheel drive cars bring a bit of mud on, and then the more the amateurs come in, cleaning it back up again. So no, the grip level with the Kumos on the front was absolutely mint.
There we go. Plug for the tyres. Kumo dries seem to be the thing. So 3 stages in then. James Williams still leads the way in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. 5.3 seconds ahead of Callum Black at the moment, our reigning champion. And a bit of unsurety as to whether David Wright is registered for points. If he is, he's third at the moment. 9.5 back if he isn't. Neil Roskell is in third place in the leaderboard at the moment, 11.8 back, just behind Callum. But let's say that Neil at the moment in fourth. Was pretty happy, to be honest, with his performance so far. First of our mini rally challenge crews here. Rob, happy?
Yeah, really good. Lovely fast stages. Need to just keep pushing on and go a bit quicker, that's all.
I drove these stages in a Mini Cooper S yesterday. They're good?
Really, really good. Yeah, it suits the car, to be honest. Nice and smooth and fast. Just need to keep getting the brave pills down me.
Well, lots of experience alongside you, so at least you can trust in what you're hearing.
Well,
are you listening is the question.
Really? Someone next to me? Yeah, no. Doing really, really good.
Is he listening, Charlotte?
He is. So far.
So far, so good.
Pencil, and she's not afraid to use it, mate.
There's scars to prove it.
Enjoy. Switching from the Citroen this year into the Mini Rally Challenge car, one of the R53 Cooper S's, and you'll see another one of those shortly as well. Matt, how was the grip?
It's slippy, but I thought it would be worse.
Good. It's obviously changing as we get further back because the front few crews thought it was horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, they're pulling the mud out, but whether it's drying or what, I don't know. Where we thought it was slippy, it'll be slippy. But
the wind is not so good for us stood out here, but it's pretty good for those people in the car who quite like the road drying out. Now, we've talked about road rallying, we've talked about the Welsh crews, especially those from West Wales joining us here in East Yorkshire. Here's a friend of mine, Chris Richmond Hand. I don't know if you saw the video we did on the build-up to this, but look at him, arm out the window, looking like he's doing a road rally.
Like an Orlando.
Yeah, 2-time Kilwenderg road rally winner, and here you are on my road rally lanes. What do you think to them, Chris?
They are class, aren't they? They are brilliant. Fair play. Bring on the rain now, I think.
Now, you've got new tyres on, and I know that was a big decision, and has it paid off so far?
They're working. They're working. I just need to put a bit more confidence into them now, and
yeah, just keep pressing on.
And the car's a little different to last time we saw it on closed roads because it has these arches and a whole lot more spec.
Yeah, it's a bit wider, it's a bit more stable. It's still got some work to do with it, but we'll get there. We'll get there with it. Feel a lot more confident in it now, so yeah.
So we'll see you later in the year at the Beaver Road Rally, hey?
Possibly. I'll have to take the arches off as well.
I'll come and do the cool window, you come and do the Beaver, how's that?
Deal. See you later.
Izzy Holman alongside. Chris Richmond Hand has a wonderful story with that car. It's a great looking car, isn't it? But his dad used to own that rally car and he used to do road events in the Tevi Valley area of Wales, a place that I have come to love after doing the Kilwendeg, or spectating on the Kilwendeg with James Williams' dad, Mark, last year. What an experience that was. And I got to know the guys over there, but that was the first car that Chris navigated in and got into rallying with. He managed to find it again and buy it back and rebuild it, and sadly his dad is no longer with us, but real family story, and brother Tim's rallied in that car as well, so great to see him out and great to see them enjoying themselves here. Alfie, what a change.
Oh, it's a bit different to the forest, this stuff.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
What do you think to East Yorkshire lanes?
Love it.
Yeah.
Definitely love it. It's quick, very quick.
How was the grip?
Not too bad. There's some of the top boys have been pulling some crap out, but yeah, it's for the most part I can lean on these at the minute. But
ironically, they struggle for grip.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't pushing that hard, so maybe I haven't pushed hard enough yet.
Just getting used to the seal stuff. There we go, Alfie Hammond, who you will be used to seeing if you watch our BTRD8 coverage with Peter Williams alongside. Used to seeing him on the gravel, switching to that Subaru, and now onto Asphalt as well. I'm gonna give producer Wayne this piece of Rally R2, Fiesta R2 mirror, in case the crew come back for it later at the end of stage 10. I could take it on for Vicky as well, couldn't I? She just texted me actually because the boys are out with Mum and Grandma watching in Beverley, which is something I hope they do because I grew up watching cars around here and that's what got me into rallying. So piece of Fiesta R2 mirror coming home for you, Mrs. Woodford. Little smile from Mason. He knows how much trouble I'll be in. Dinner will be in the dog by the time we get home. We haven't even got a dog. Interestingly, for those who are interested, the bumper is still there. And I haven't managed to... In fact, George Clark was joking with me because the car that you'll see, the R53 that you'll see shortly, is the one that I test drove before I agreed to do the rally at Cadwell last year. And we all know how that went. And George texted me this morning and said, hey, the only Mini that you've driven and haven't crashed is here today. Because George just rented the car out for today. Here's a man who's back out and in the Satria kit car as well, Roger Priestnall, Jamie Forrest alongside. Team Rolec, another local business. Move up a bit, boys.
Hey guys.
I could see how excited he was. He was going to get an interview then.
That was a bit intense in there. That is fast.
Is it good to be back?
Yeah.
Properly back.
Giggling, I'm shaking with excitement. Giddy. Like a kid in a sweet shop.
So, what's the plan for Team Rolec today then?
Well, we said we were just going to have a steady run, and then it went 5, 4, 3, 2, and all that went out the window, really.
You've been doing this long enough to know, and I've been doing this long enough to know that you were never going to take this steady.
No, so I don't know how fast we are, but it was fun. It seemed fast, didn't it?
I'll have a look at the times in a minute and let everyone know back home how fast it was.
Or how slow we're going, maybe. Maybe it just seemed fast.
I can feel the energy in here. Good to have you back properly, lads.
Thank you.
There's a car we've seen a lot of over the years here on our special stage coverage. And here's a car I love to see. I remember seeing a Subaru Impreza Estate. Well, it's not an estate, is it? But we'll go with it. How was that?
Good, really good, yeah. They've definitely cleaned some lines for us, so it feels good.
It didn't half look like it. I thought you'd switched to an estate car then as you drove up. I was just waxing lyrical about Subaru estate cars and I had to stop.
No, it's definitely not estate.
I know, I've realised now. Happy though?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've come out on slicks.
I just had a quick look, yeah.
We may struggle later, but for there it was ideal. Absolutely
well, you've got
ideal.
time to choose for later.
We've got two that are cut that we'll put on if it starts to rain, so.
Good luck.
Oh, good. Thanks. By the way, we're the riff raff.
The riffraff. Martin Hodgson, the riffraff started here in East Yorkshire, as you know. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah. Good, isn't it? Good. Yeah, I was expecting rain, so we put wets on, and I hope it's going to piss down shortly. But anyway, here we are.
Sorry for anyone listening at home who didn't realise that meant rain. Well, you say that, but a lot of people that have come through on wets have actually said they've made the right choice.
Yeah, I don't think for that one, but for later on, obviously we can't change them. So for later on, it would be.
Those on slicks have struggled today.
Have they? Yeah. Oh well, yeah. There we go.
There you go. What a car! There we go. Patrick Johnson, Kevin Barden alongside. Kevin, another man who knows his rallying. A bit of, looks like, I would say, Sam, that is radiator fluid. Just maybe a bit of overflow. It smelled hot, didn't it? But it didn't look like it was overheating. Yeah, Kevin Barden, another man who knows this neck of the woods for rallying. Okay, so that does fit with what we just heard, doesn't it? James Ford actually hit the dip, went into the bank, forced the sump guard up, which just pushed everything else up. So a bit of damage. Unseen damage, but by the sounds of it, quite a lot of damage to that. Kevin, you got a problem? Sounds worse than it is. It's just the throttle stuck open on that Corsa kit car, so it's just on the limiter as he comes into the stop line here. It sounded worse than that initially, didn't it? But I had to go and get it sorted. So yeah, James Ford doing a lot more damage than it perhaps looked to those who first came upon him. Hit the dip. Now the dips I was talking about. John, we're just talking about the dips. You've got to be careful of them here.
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of cars off in there. It's a bit of carnage, really. Don't know how we got through that last chicane. That was a bit of a miracle.
Still slippery.
Yeah, no, we're...
Takes tyre choice.
Well, it's bad to know what to do. We're on inters, you know. It's supposed to be raining this afternoon. We don't have a service crew. So...
Husband and wife rallying as well.
Yeah, we're still speaking, but only through solicitors at the minute.
And the intercom, luckily.
And the intercom, yeah, absolutely.
Good to see you both out. John and Alison Trenholm. I quite fancy doing a rally with my wife. I'm just not sure that I'd look back and think it was the right decision. You know how that sounds and looks. But they look like they're having a whale of a time. So there's quite a few husband and wife rally teams, aren't there? In fact, Chris Hand, who we saw earlier, navigates and drives with his other half, Letty. And hello to you, Letty, if you're watching at home. Hello to all the other wives, rally wives and rally husbands as well, watching at home and keeping the home fires burning while husbands and wives come out and join us for the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship and the other championships that are joining us here at the first round, the East Riding Stages, the fourth running of this event. An event which has grown in concept, scale, profile and just about everything else in the last few years. And one which, with 10 stages and 45 miles here today, in what at the moment is dusky East Yorkshire sunshine. This afternoon will be torrential rain, by the sounds of it. Is a very worthy contender for the opening round. And it's getting us off in some style, isn't it? So a bit of a misfire on this Fiesta coming through into the finish line. I'll give you an update on the leaderboards in just a moment. We're juggling a few things here at the stage end, and I want to focus on getting reaction as we're at the end of the first stage. We'll obviously have a bit more of a story to tell when we get through to the latter stages of the rally and we get through to the final stage, where we will be live at around 2:20 this afternoon for the Dunnington stage. Almost 8 miles heading towards Hornsey on the coast here, east of Hull. But for now, we'll focus on the reaction from our crews and we will get you some stage times and some leaderboards. Mason's just working on Protyre leaderboards for me. Well, you promised me big news leading up to this. Colin Minton.
I managed to deliver big news.
You delivered. Take your helmet off and we'll have a quick chat. I'll tell you what, leave your helmet on and we'll have a quick chat.
How are you doing?
How was that?
Yeah, good. I think I've lost some horses.
Have you?
Yeah.
I can hear the misfire actually.
Yeah, it's not very good.
We'll let you go and get sorted and we'll speak to you later.
We'll see you later.
But it is big news and it's been exciting to watch. Back in the Darien.
Back in the Darien for a change. Typical of me, I picked the weekend when I should be out in the Evo.
Yeah, but what tyres are we on? Are we on wets?
No, we're not on wets. Inters at the moment, slick inters. We've got wets back at the service here, so we're just hoping we get through these 4 stages before the rain comes down.
And a driver alongside you?
Yep. Son Cameron.
2 drivers in a Darien. What a great looking car. Another of the Rally Barbados contenders in. Cameron alongside. Hello Andrew, how was that?
Oh, what? We've made a shift to Pirellis. What a difference in grip. Unreal. Yeah. Car's going well.
Dries as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Inter's wet somewhere in there. Really enjoyed that. Nice to see so many people stood watching. Unreal. Yeah.
Gets us off nicely, doesn't it, for the opening round of the Protyre Championship? I said Ian Jarvis, didn't I, a minute ago, by the way? It was on my mind as I was talking then to Andrew. It's Ian Barkley, sorry about that. And Cameron Barkley actually was the reason we stayed in the rally at Cadwell, because he was the only person who had a bottom arm that would fit the car, and they weren't expecting me to destroy one, as you might expect. Right, James Williams has extended his lead then. How many stages are we in here? Let's just have a look at the top crews and where we're at, because I haven't really kept it right. So 4 stages in, heading towards the spectator stage at the Beverley Westwood now. James Williams leads our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship cruise by 7.3 seconds from Callum Black, our reigning champion, 5.9 behind. David Wright, who I've confirmed has registered for the championship, which is great news. Other half, Jane Nichol alongside. We were talking about husband and wife rally. Well, David's other half, Jane, is a very experienced co-driver, and they always have a lot of fun inside the car, except when I say silly things that turn out to jinx them. Hugh Brunton on a stormer as well in 4th at the moment, 3.8 behind David Wright in the Skoda. And Neil Roskell, who comes here with big expectations for the championship, but isn't going to do anything silly because he knows it's a long way. It's 3.3. I've taken a picture of it. I can actually not leave you dangling outside the studio van, Mason. Neil Roskell, 3.3. Down at the moment from Hugh Brunton, but certainly a long way to go. I mean, 4 stages down out of 10. 20 or so stage miles out of 45. And we'll continue our talk of the leaderboard in just a moment. How was that?
Well,
did you need the 4-wheel drive today?
Yeah, it's definitely slippy in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 off already.
And you're on wets, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty on wets. It's going to rain shortly.
Yeah, it will.
It
so
will.
It'll be a good choice come that. It's amazing how the tyre choice and the stage has changed through the time we've been speaking to people.
That's right. We didn't get caught out later on, so put them on now and
there we go.
Nurse them.
Right, enjoy the next one.
Thank you.
Just having a chat to some of our local crews, as well as our championship registered crews here as well, to just bring you a real flavour of this event right through the field. Hard work?
Very slippery places, yes.
It looks like you were slipping and sliding.
It's a bit of a handful just to try to get used to it. But
we're just doing it for the cameras.
Oh, well, get with that. Folk might say that, but no, very well, good.
You can tell that when the co-driver nods along.
Yes, just keep that going all day and we're quite happy.
Good stuff.
Very happy.
Look for plenty of sideways then if we're going to keep that going all day.
Is there a reason he can't just drive out the stage then?
Alistair Crawford, Greg Halfpenny.
It's only a mile.
Were you just teasing me when you said you didn't know if you were doing it?
I were doing it. I've just been parked up in there for 2 minutes with an intermittent electrical issue, but pressed it again for 12th time and off we went and went well. But yeah, not what I needed when I just got going after 3 corners and all I want to do is finish, don't we?
You won't get the foot back.
Yeah. Well, we're here, aren't we?
You are here.
I think I would be here 7 minutes ago, so that's a bonus, mate, isn't it?
We didn't think you were coming through, but good to have you back.
Thank you, pal.
That means limitation time.
Exactly.
Tom Stockdale, Neil Chambers, one of the local crews who are also Rally Barbados crews as well. There we go. This is a thing, isn't it? This has got a lot of people excited this weekend. It looked fabulous when it turned up at Scrutineering.
Oh, good. There's the only one in it, so yeah.
That's usually the case these days, sadly.
It is, yeah. But
how's it gone in there?
Not too bad. I've got wets on, hoping it rains, but they were going off, so...
It wouldn't be such a bad choice to begin with, though, in there.
No, they were all right at the beginning, but it's very dry. Very dry in there indeed, yeah. I thought it might have cut up a bit more, but it's not.
It's a little bit damp this morning as well.
Yeah, no, it's dry as anything, yeah.
Interesting, thank you. Look at that. Sam, just follow that Escort Cosworth as it drives off. An Escort Cosworth on these roads as Andrew Varley and Ben Wild head off into stage 2 to Coombe Hill. Oh. We'll have a quick word, James, and find out how your rally's going.
Yeah, it's good. It's 2 years since I've done a rally here. I blew the engine up, so put a new Honda engine and I've got a bit of confidence in the car, so I enjoyed that.
Thanks for turning it off so I could hear you. I think I heard 2 years since he'd done a rally, and he enjoyed that. And as you can see, the stickers are flapping all over that thing, so it's obviously been going well. James Gibb, Callum McPherson alongside. Coming up next, one of the BRC crews. We'll have a chat to them. Megan O'Kane and Nikki Addison, who was one of our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship drivers last season in the Civic Type R, who this year is lending her experience to the co-driver's seat alongside Megan. I think we'll be on the left here, Sam. Keep running in front of my cameraman, and he doesn't move as quick as some of them. Come on, Sam. Come on, we'll get some heat into those joints. Just saying, you've got some experience alongside you who knows this championship quite well. How's it gone?
All right, yeah, a bit cautious in there, but yeah, we're through it, so happy. It wasn't bad, I was expecting worse, so yeah.
Those on wets, there's been very few, have said it's been okay. Those on dries have said nah.
Oh really? Yeah, right choice then.
See you later.
Thank you.
Megan O'Kane, Nikki Addison, switching to the Fiesta, and for Nikki, switching back to the navigator's seat, the co-driver's seat for this year, and in the BRC rather than the Protyre Championship. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, but it went okay in the end. How was that?
That's mint.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3 years off and it's like I've never been out of the car. It's brilliant.
Lots of sideways?
Oh yeah, always.
You're on wets as well?
Yeah, bad choice, but might pay off later.
Well, a lot of people on drives have said they wish they were on wets.
Yeah, there's plenty of people off and stop, so yeah.
On to the next one.
Thank you.
Jeff Dean.
Barriers across you at the end, isn't there? Where you come out onto the road.
Adam Burkett alongside in that little E30 BMW.
You have to reverse all the way back down
Number
there.
of local crews. Up next, a number of crews joining us here in the Protyre Championship as well for the first time, including Luke Constantine. Looking forward to seeing him and Ivan Devine through in the Opel Adam R2 very shortly. I'll give you an update on the leaderboard in just a minute as well.
He'll be back.
But they've switched from the MG3, where they've been doing the MG3 Trophy, one of the single make championships doing the rounds at the moment in British rallying. And do you know what? The MG3 Trophy just hasn't been as successful as I think it ought to have been. And it's a great championship. The cars are fun, lots of parts available. Look good as well. So Luke, a strong advocate of that, but now switching to the R2 car for an assault on the Protyre Championship. How good does that look? Jeff, that looks like some car driving up here on these lanes.
Very good, yeah. It was exciting, that was good.
Is it good to be back out?
Yeah. We're trying to avoid the trees this year because we took a tree out, which is not good.
No, don't do that. Not good. What's the plan for today then, apart from avoiding trees?
Yeah, just get in there and beat the brother. So, yeah, it's got to be done.
There we go. We've got some brotherly rivalry going on. Yeah, we've got a while before we see Tim, his brother. Mark 1 Escort for Jeff, Mark 2 for Tim. Car 131, so a monster entry today, and all at 1 minute intervals. 169 cars on my entry list. Didn't look like you were quite sure about stopping there.
Interviewed by my rallying hero. It's a dream come true.
Where is he? How was that?
Yeah, it's behind us.
Good fun?
Great, actually. Yeah, loads of grip and yeah, great fun.
Tyres are we on?
Didn't come off.
Well?
Super soft slicks at the minute.
You didn't come off. You tend not to arrive here if you've come off.
That's very true. Yeah.
Long day to go, but nice. Loves to be out on these roads, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love Yorkshire, so yeah, can't go wrong here.
Good stuff. Enjoy stage 2. Coombe Hill awaits. Sam, I think you're Pete Barnett's rallying hero. Can't possibly be me. Roger, you'll need that four-wheel drive today.
Yeah, but at least we got a dry stage in there, so that was a bonus, really.
Just very quickly, talk me through your post-it note on the steering wheel. I'm fascinated. Number 30 is Dismap.
Yeah, it's because I have a small brain, and there's various things to do on the stage start which I would forget. I'll get the wrong sequence.
That's
so
good. So
you
it's
know,
a sequence.
yeah, you've got to.
Take a quick picture of that.
You've got to know your limitations.
Co-driver's going to be like, oh God, what's he doing? I like that. I like.
Copyrighted.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you have the copyright if you want to use the picture. Right. Roger Kilty, Roger Burkill. Enjoy the rest of your day. So. Interesting, actually, because you often, or we often, glaze over such little details. But if you're watching at home and you're thinking, it's only the R5 cars, only the World Rally cars, the few that we have, that have the launch procedures and are complicated to drive, that is not always the case. And I'll tell you how that Evo 10 goes off the line and how much is involved in it in just a moment. Just hearing that Max McRae's lost about 7 minutes in that stage that they're in at the minute in stage 4, so something's gone on there. How was that first stage for you?
Okay, but we've got gear oil coming out the gear lever.
I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, we don't want gear oil coming out of the gear lever. That is not a good thing. There was quite a lot coming out of there as well. So yeah, if you're in a Mitsubishi Evo 10 and you want to get off the line with launch control, you first put the diff into the right map. You then switch the anti-lag system on. You then put it into gear. Then you hold the handbrake and you blip the throttle. Then after that, once the car's cleared its throat, you put the throttle to the floor, and then it finds its biting point and you basically let go of the handbrake and the car does its thing. All four wheels find as much traction as they can and they launch you off the line. A lot to it though, isn't there? Chris, you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was a fantastic stage. Slippy in places, but really good.
I love that your helmet matches the car. Very cool.
Thank you very much.
Right, enjoy these lanes. Stage 2, Coombe Hill awaits, and that sky's looking a bit threatening.
Yeah, well, we've got the right tyres on if it rains.
You have. He looks confident, doesn't he? He's got the right tyres on. Chris Thompson in that Motorscope Mark II. Tell you what, if you can just put your camera down to the floor there, it wasn't just GIF oil or gearbox oil leaking out of the gear stick there. We've got quite a lot of gearbox oil here and there as well. You can smell it as well. So quite a few problems for that Mark I. I don't suppose we're going to see that very later on. I think that's water. Someone had their aircon on. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of fluid on the floor down here at the stage end, which after one stage and 7 miles, it's not what anyone wants. Look, I'm not at the moment logged in to be able to see the comments, but if you do want to know anything else, I'm asking drivers some of the questions. I'm pointing out things that fascinate me, but if there's anything that fascinates you and you want me to ask the drivers, feel free to ask, and producer Wayne will pass on your messages, won't you, Wayne? He's been very quiet in my ear today. He's not multitasking as much as I am, but he's pretending that he is. But Phil Bramwell is out on camera in the stage for you, about a mile from the end. Fast section of stage as well, as you've seen. And if you haven't caught up with Phil and I in the live pre-show programme that we did last night, you can still watch that on the Special Stage Facebook and YouTube page. Ernie Graham will be joining us through. I did think he'd start, but he is going again in the BMW, you'll be pleased to know. Jack, local co-driver Charlotte McGlashan alongside, how was that?
Really, really good, just getting, I've got wets on the back, I've never drove the car, so I'm looking forward to the next stages now.
As a consolation, anybody who's had wets on has said that that's been a good move because the slicks weren't getting up to temperature quick enough in there.
Right.
So you might have found that was a pretty good way of going.
Yeah, I just didn't know we'd making it spin a lot, whether I was going to start pulling the tyres off. You know, I'm saying this, I've never flipping drove it before. It's first
You're doing a good job of sounding like you know what you're talking about. I'd say just keep going. Keep talking like you know what you're talking about. That's how I've made money over my years. Pretend you know what you're talking about, they'll never catch on. Luke Jack Hall with Charlotte McGlashan, who did her first rally on her 17th birthday in Rally Barbados last year. Lots of Rally Barbados competitors out this weekend, both seats as well. And that's good to see, because I got told when you want to go over there, it becomes a community and it follows you everywhere, and it does. Right, Tim Cole has given me some instructions. I've got to tell Max Murray not to cut his right-handers too much. So let's see, shall we, if that mirror's been damaged or not. I wonder if this Fiesta mirror will fit the Citroen if he has. Any other comments to be aware of, producer Wayne? It's nice and warm in here. Mike Curry, who really should be here. It was 40 years ago when he ran at Car 8 on the Beaver Rally in an Imp. Mike Curry, who you will have seen most recently alongside Bob Bean, of course, in the Cortina as a navigator, but has driven Clan Crusaders. There we are. Paul Woodford bingo's off, and we're halfway into the first stage. And Imps as well. In fact, you saw the Mopar Imp on the Jim Clark coverage a couple of seasons ago, didn't you? Good to have you all with us, and anybody who has commented goes into the draw. It doesn't matter what you're watching on, to win one of our Rallying is Life special stage bobble hats. We're going to turn you into an official member of the Bobble Hat Brigade. Do you know, when I was a kid and I was watching rallying on the RAC, I got onto ITV News. I think it was ITV. Never made it onto Top Gear Rally Report. Maybe one day, eh? And they referred to my dad, myself and my brother as the Bobble Hat Brigade, and we are. Andy, I was just talking about Rally Barbados competitors, and I was talking about imps, and then you arrive.
Well, I'm driving today.
You are driving today. It's not an imp.
It's a tad quicker, but yeah, absolutely awesome. Really good. I think we chose the right tyres. We just got to get back in before the rain, really.
Yeah.
Like if we get this loop done before the rain, we've got the right tyres on.
I have heard it said that at one point today everybody's going to be on the wrong tyres. It's just when.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. You know, but hopefully if we can get through it, we'll be good. But we literally got to the start with a minute to spare because we had to change the cut-off switch. We've had the ECU out. So just to get through, that's fine. We got no intercom, but we don't care. So there we go.
Darlington proving that that's rallying. That is, isn't it? Was in with Mick Smith in the Hillman Imp on Rally Barbados, just to clear that one up for you. How was that?
Problem.
I know, I saw you stopped, but you got going again. Oh my goodness me, look at that, Sam. Hold that out the window for us. He's doing a James Hunt, that's the gear stick.
Yeah, I'm sorry the gear stick will waste a lot of time, but there's a very friendly neighbour on the stage who lent me his mole grips. I've promised to send them back, so now we're on our way again.
What a fabulous story. I'm going to catch up with you afterwards to make sure that happened. That's a fantastic story. Ernie Graham in that glorious E30 Evolution BMW M3. But the gearbox, or the gear stick, isn't glorious right now. It's in two pieces. And he does have a pair of mole grips. Did you manage to get a shot of that, Sam? The mole grips inside the car being used as a gear stick.
We're all right at the minute. Wait till later comes. My next location's out in the bleak.
No, question online about whether or not these crews are crossing their tyres. Now, that's a very... It's only a practice I've seen done, when there's a lot of science behind it and you've got tyre crews working to make sure that that's actually going to give you any kind of benefit, because actually, unless you know what you're doing and those tyres are absolutely working at optimum, I can't see how anyone's going to get any advantage from doing that. So now, I would not expect any of the crews here to be running crossed tyres on the axles with different wets and slicks. But of course, that would be their prerogative if they did. But no, we've seen, I mean, Jackal was the first one we saw with different tyres on the front and back, and he had wets on the back and wasn't sure if he'd done the right thing, but things seemed to go okay. So given what else we've heard today, it would suggest that perhaps he and Charlotte McGlashan did do the right thing on those tyres. We are 4 stages in now. The crew's heading out after service to the 5th stage of the day. And if you are following the overall leaderboard, a quick recap. Will Crichton leads the way at the moment, and it's almost a 19-second lead over Keith Cronin and Mikey Galvin. First of our Protyre crews and the leader of indeed of that championship, our championship, James Williams, Ross Whittock in 3rd place. A stunning result so far from them, 1.8 back from Keith, and we'll continue that in a moment. How was that?
Hello, Paul. How's it going?
I'm good.
Mad stage, good. Kept it on the tarmac just about. Bit of carnage in there, mind. Slippy. Into the chicanes, it's still quite muddy. So we took a gamble and went soft slicks, but I know some people have gone on wets and things, but first one done.
Do you know what? This morning, I wouldn't have said that soft slicks were a gamble, but from what I've heard, they are.
Yeah, we had a big issue. All the service crew talking, another crew's talking about what tyres to run and what time the rain's coming down. Yeah. I honestly thought it would be the top lot chucking shit on the road, muck on the road.
Yeah,
but
I think we'll go with muck, actually. Yeah.
Muck. But so far so good, but we reckon it'll lash down about 1 o'clock-ish. So we've took the gamble on super soft Pirellis, fingers crossed, and it's still going.
Gary and Warren took a gamble, and at the moment it's paying off. They're on slicks, didn't pay off for some. Enjoy, Coombe Hill awaits. And here's a car that I love to see in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. One of the great things about the Asphalt Champ is the variety that we get, and none more so than this car. I set George a challenge last night, and the challenge was to be the most sideways retro Toyota. Have you managed it? You were pretty sideways in there.
Well, it's the wrong tyre choice, really. It's just all over the place, but we got a misfire as well, so we were pretty stealth the line, but other than that.
Okay, well, fingers crossed you can get to service, because he's got a few stages to go first. A misfire for George Hayway in that lovely AE86 Corolla. You know that I love AE86 Corollas, and having that one out in this championship makes my day. Tim Curry alongside. The other retro Toyota, of course, I'm referring to is the Toyota Starlet of Chris Richmond Hand and Izzy Holman that we saw through a few minutes ago. Sadly not joining us in the Asphalt Championship this year, but that's because he's doing a combination of gravel and asphalt and wants to do the one championship, but I'm sure we'll see him here before long. Richard, happy with that?
Fairly happy, yeah, it was good, enjoyable, broken into it, not going off, and just, having fun.
All the things you need to get through the first stage.
Yeah, it's been good, it's been trouble-free.
Welcome to Be Short Show, enjoy stage 2.
Thank you.
The Rally Barbados UK crew on the way shortly. Here at the stage end, we'll see the Martini Focus of Jonathan Haynes come into view. At the moment then, Brad Cole just creeping into the top 10 in the Protyre crews. You'll be delighted with that. No, very quickly, Alex. How was that? What's going on?
We just locked up into a chicane. We dodged all the bales, but then the car won't restart, so...
Well, at least it's in one piece. We'll let you go to the next stage and hope to get it sorted. One of the Weaver Motorsport Corsa Super 1600s. A very interesting car being built for the RAC. We'll come to that later. Jonathan, I'm going to open the door. You happy?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. Terrifying in parts, but fun.
That's good.
Yeah. It's working.
What are you looking forward to most today?
Finish. Pub.
It's too early in the day to be saying that.
Too early, mate. Never.
What did you look forward to on the recce? What stood out?
Stood out. We got it on the wrong day. We should have been doing the rally yesterday. But the stages are absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fantastic. It's just this mud. You never know if it's going to be there. You get there and it's not there. You're like, ugh. You get there and you think, oh shit, it's here. But brilliant.
Here we are. A quick test for Jonathan at Blyton recently has got him into the car and got him back in the seat, and here he is. I love to see WRC liveries, iconic WRC liveries on cars, and Jonathan's a big character as well. They think he looks like Meatloaf. I've always thought that. I can't remember who I was talking to recently who said that to me. I was like, yes. There's two of us at least in the world that think Jonathan Haynes looks like Meatloaf, a younger version of, obviously, an alive version of. Anyway, we'll stop that there. Michael Jenkins coming into the stop line in the second of the Ignition Motorsport cars. Interesting choice of lineup for this year, not just in the cars, but Brian Hull is team manager, and Andrew Coley is, what's Andrew Coley's role? Chief advisor or something, team manager and team principal, is that right? I don't know. Interesting way of doing it, but they're taking on the big boys in the BRC, but they're also joining us here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Michael's slowing down, like they're planning their approach. Like he's planning his approach. What were you plotting there?
What was I plotting? Oh, we're always plotting something, as you know. Yeah.
Tell you saw me and stopped.
Yeah. We had a laptop down here, did a little bit.
Give me the script quickly.
Wow, tarmac. You can see what tarmac's all about.
It's asphalt.
Asphalt. Sorry. I'm sorry.
First get sued if I say tarmac.
Yeah. First time on tarmac.
He gets sued if he says tarmac.
Who cares?
The big leagues now.
I haven't got any money, so you can sue me if you want.
You spent it all on the new team manager.
That's it. Yeah. Colin come through all right.
Yes.
Good.
Not all right. He's got a misfire.
Okay. All right.
I think he's just opened page 1 of the Rally Driver excuses.
Probably. That's like him, isn't it? We know.
What a wazzock.
What a wazzock.
Sorry, that's an in-joke. He's not really a wazzock. Well, he is a bit of a wazzock, but he's in lobe mode anyway, I'm pleased to see. There's a button on there. It's McRae mode and lobe mode. I suppose this weekend there's only one person who's allowed to be in McRae mode, and that's McRae, so lobe mode it is. Are you in lobe mode?
Yeah. Oof, it's a bit slippy there, to be fair, but I'm very hot.
I've come out of the car.
Yeah,
Looking
I can see
red.
you've been working hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Good stage?
Yeah.
What tyres are you on?
Super soft.
But it works all right?
That confidence in, yeah. Okay, it was...
You push them and get
Yeah,
more of the
yeah, that's it.
There we go. On the super softs. Graham Carey, another local pair. How's that?
It's all right. Yeah, I thought we picked a puncher up, but appears not to have done. So
that's always good.
Live to fight another day.
It's worse when it's the other way around, Graham.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But she was a bit sideways.
Part of the Yorkshire Rally Mafia. I used to plug Jonathan Pullen's Yorkshire Rally Mafia book, but I needn't do that because it's sold out. But the Forgotten Rally Photos book is still available if you want one of those, and I would recommend it. How was that?
Oh, good stage, but we had a bit of a disaster. The exhaust got caught on the start ramp, so we had to stop halfway to the stage to put it all back together. It slipped out.
What I would have done, I would have parked up and I would have made Kev Ferber fix it.
Yeah, but we managed to fix it. But I've got all cuts and everything.
Oh,
and
look at that. This is rally driving for you.
But yeah, the stage was good.
We call that doing a Sam Toozle in the Protyre Championship, you know.
Yeah, but no, good stage. Enjoyed the stage though.
Well, at least you got the exhaust back on. You didn't have to get Kev Ferber underneath your car.
No.
Good luck. Jonathan Davies, Owen Ratcliffe having a bit of a nightmare then. One of our two-wheel drive crews. I'll give you a two-wheel drive leaderboard update for the Protyre very shortly. But good to have Jonathan and Owen joining us this season, even if it hasn't gone that smoothly. Here's a car that, in fact, Mason will recognise because Mason drove this car. It's the first car he ever drove. Just saying to Mason, it's the first car he ever technically drove this, isn't it, from that video we did back in the day? How was this?
Yeah, we're really good. Yeah, slight brake issue maybe, but we're doing well.
Did I see this car for sale recently?
You might have done.
I mean, they're always for sale, let's face it.
Yeah, just trying the market. Yeah.
So it's had a lot of work done since I saw the car the first time, and you guys love these lanes. Paul's going to be calling me to move in a minute. He's going to tell you got to go.
Yeah. We're right. Yeah, very happy. Yeah, going well. Yeah, thank you.
Local crew, big supporters of this event from the start, I think, weren't you?
Yeah, we've done every event now, so is that our fourth maybe? Fourth event, yeah. So it's really good.
What are you looking forward to most then, because you know the stage is better than most?
The Westwood's always nice. Yeah. So short and sharp.
Plenty of people out in there though.
Yeah. No, we should be good.
Family out watching?
Yep. They're all dotted around somewhere.
Nice.
So it'll be good. Yeah.
Enjoy, boys.
Yeah, thank you.
Phil Megginson, Paul Turner, local farmer and environmental health officer. And I did a video with that car on Phil's farmyard, which was a lot of fun a lot of years ago now, when he first built it. It's great to see them out enjoying the stages. Wow, you nearly took me out there, and that could have been decisive for the day. How was that?
Slippy, fast, a lot of cars everywhere.
Sounds like a rally to me.
It does sound like a rally. The cars aren't fun where they're parked though. It's scary, because it's going to hurt.
Okay, well it hasn't, and you made it through. You're going to Coombe Hill next, so what's the plan today?
Take a bit of pressure out of these tyres and finish the rally.
What are we on?
MRFs.
Okay.
I think there's a bit too much in them. Might be the reason we're slipping.
We'll let you go and do that then. I think the slippiness might come down to some of the mud and the other bits on there as well. Davey Dalton, Reese Brooks in the interesting RX-8. Looking for times, but they're not coming through. This far down, I haven't got the times through, I'm afraid. Robin, how was that?
Great. First time out in this car.
Looked quite neat and tidy on the clip that I saw you coming through.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I tried to be.
You need to be.
Yeah, plenty of grip at the moment, but a lot quicker than in Mexico.
Yes. Good fun though.
Great. Yeah, loving it.
Robin's smiling quietly. Oh, just to prove you're getting horny, Robin. I'm gonna go. Brilliant. Malcolm getting horny in the co-driver's seat. Here's a man doing his first asphalt rally outside of the junior championship. Double and reigning junior rally champion Charlie Mathewson, who steps up into a mini rally challenge car for this season. Ian Bass alongside, who was with him in the juniors. It's a great looking car with the red roll cage and the red mud flaps setting off the livery nicely. Here we go. I've already seen you, unfortunately, because your red roll cage stands out, Charlie. There's no point hiding.
I know, what a buzz. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, yeah, it's just no words. Yeah.
The cars are so much fun, aren't they?
Oh, they're unreal.
I've had a bit of a taste of this.
Yeah, I did Raponing a couple of weeks ago, so I got a taste for it on gravel. Now I've got a taste for it on tarmac, and yeah, they're just brilliant, aren't they? You just can't help but smile. They're really, really good.
So, first stage of your first senior asphalt rally done.
Yes, tick.
It's your local rally as well. How good is that?
Yeah, live about an hour away, so you'd think I'd know the roads, but I have no idea. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. But yeah, just an unbelievable buzz. I've got no words, really.
Charlie Mathewson and Ian smiling as well. Mini Rally Challenge competitor enjoying his journey on his first senior asphalt rally outside of the junior championship. We'll see Charlie in the Mini Rally Challenge this season. Looking forward to that. Great looking car, and as Charlie said, the R53 Cooper S is some car to drive as well. Don't forget, if you want to follow the stage times as they're coming in, you can do. I'm going to bring you an update on the Protyre leaderboard shortly. You can go to rallys.info if you want the overall times as well. Hey Tim, all Jeff wants today is to beat you. That's all he said. As long as he beats you, he's happy.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try.
I've not looked at times actually to be able to see what
No,
you're on.
I'm with Pete Wilson. We used to do off-roading 4x4 stuff years ago and a bit of rallying and whatever, and he's back in with me, so it's really good. And yeah, we're happy with that last one, so we'll see how it goes.
So look forward to seeing how that brotherly rivalry plays out today.
I love it. I love him, really.
Mark 1 versus Mark 2. Let's go. Second of the Phelps. Tim Phelps, Pete Wilson. Off-road racing specialist with a Brit part sponsorship on the back. I'll get my assistant, producer Wayne, on the job to find out the difference between Jeff and Tim. I think, looking at that time, I think Jeff was a little bit quicker through there in Mark 1, but I'm happy to be corrected with the approved information. Confirmed information, which will be incoming. Spark developments on the Sunstrip, which can only mean one thing. It's Vince Bristow. Hello. Team Spark. I thought Team Spark were all about minis these days.
No, not about minis. It can be about anything, can't they?
Look how chilled out he is, isn't it?
If it's got electric, we could be it.
So, first stage, good?
Yeah, good. Slippery. It's slippery where we thought it'd be. Quite a lot of cars off. But yeah, now we come through, we're going to go again.
See you in Coombe Hill. Well, we won't, but you will if you follow the times. Vince, with that car, is usually the oldest combined age on the event. So Jeff, I was right, it was 11 seconds quicker than Tim there in the Mark 1 in the Phelps rivalry, which we will keep you updated on throughout the day, although that's quite a healthy lead, isn't it, after just the first 7 miles. Yeah, Vince Bristow was part of the service crew when we did Cadwell in the Mini, hence the Spark conversation with Team Spark on the Sunstrip. I've got my Spark Developments Mini Cooper S Road Rally car here at the stage end as well. Don't forget, I have got, because Riff Raff started here, I've got a Riff Raff hat. I've got one of each, a cap and a bobble hat to give away. If you tag me in a picture of the Spark Developments Road Rally Mini that's out and about around the stages around Beverley this weekend. James Williams looking like he's got a 10-second penalty, which is going to hurt him if so. For, was it a late arrival, late checkout from service? That does not sound very good at all. We'll keep an eye on that. So, Andrew, the sound of a mini straight cutter bobbling up the road here in East Yorkshire is something to behold. How was that?
It certainly gets a bit of tension in the square, like they were all wanted to sit in it. I thought somebody was going to drive it away. Yeah, good fun that was.
My son, was it?
No, good fun that was. Yeah, really good fun. Yeah, not as slip as I thought it would be. It was all right. Perhaps
the tight sections in one of these would be perfect.
Yeah, chicanes just straight through them. All right.
Enjoy the next one. Andrew O'Hanlon, Kevin Hogan in that historic Mini Cooper S. Talking of Mini Cooper S, this is a very different one, a proper one, some would say. Keith Turner winding his window down. Don't worry with that, just open the door. How was your first stage?
Sorry?
How was the first stage?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was one or two greasy places, but all in all, pretty good. Yeah.
Is your oil pressure flickering on purpose, or we're okay?
It should be.
We'll let you go. We'll let you go and check it out, though, Keith. Always a bit conscious when I'm talking to people at the stage end and the oil light starts flickering. We've all been there, and you get to the end of the stage and the oil's hot. In fact, talking of hot things, we've got a very steamy looking hunk of British Leyland muscle pulled in at the Marshall Point just ahead of us at the stage end. Anthony Windle, John Henley and the Triumph TR7 V8 would have brought a flavour of British Leyland soundtrack and a flavour of the 70s to us in the lanes. Here, east of Hull. It does look like it's steaming a little bit, doesn't it? It looks like, Anthony, the Royal Wee's going to have a look at that.
Yes, I think we are. I don't know. It's slippy.
Overheating?
I'll have a look. It was slippy in there and it's just revved a bit, so we'll stop up here and have a quick look and we will find out what's wrong with it.
Good stuff. See you later. Anthony and I were joking at a recent test day at Blyton because I was talking about the car that Spark were building for me, and he was talking about what his service crew were doing on the TR7 V8, and we were both referring to we, and then we both realised, or I think it was maybe pointed out by a member of Anthony's service crew, that the Royal We was alive and well in rallying. There is a Royal We. We are fixing this. We need to have a look at this in service. What it actually means is he's going to go and grab a drink, and the service crew are going to have a look. Right, is this Max coming in now? I think it may be. Hope you're enjoying the combination of stage end and stage action. We'll have the same for you this afternoon at 2:20. We'll have the same this afternoon for you at 2:20. Stage 10, the Dunnington stage, the longest stage of the day as well. It's a monster to finish things off. It will be the second pass of the stage for our crews, so we'll have a good idea of the story by then. Just focusing on the stories of the crews and their experiences through this first stage at the minute. We'll bring you a leaderboard update though, the four-wheel drive, the main overall, and the two-wheel drive leaderboards here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. Right. Tim Cole says, I've got to tell you to watch out on those right-handers.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, they tighten up on you out there, but we're here, we're all good.
Yeah. How are these lanes then compared to the Manx?
Fast and scary.
Yeah. When a Manxman says the lanes are fast and scary, that is interesting.
I was gritting my teeth down there anyway, but it was good.
But you got through it.
We're here.
I'm going to have a look at the times shortly. Max Murray, one of our two-wheel drive contenders here in the Protyre. Matty Owen alongside in the DS3 R3 Turbo. Real throaty exhaust note on those cars. Time did we get through there? I guess this part of the leaderboard is very difficult to keep up to date with the times all the way through. Oh, there we go. How was that, Dave?
That was very exciting. I'm on historic tyres because I'm not sure of the weather, so I'm on a compromise.
Okay.
They move about a bit more than normal.
Yeah, but you're a man who knows how to move them around, so that's fine.
But got the power down, get the drift. It was spot on.
Hanu Mikkola style.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Dave Watkins in the X, Hanu Mikkola, and X, just about everybody works. Marquand Escort, doesn't that sound and look absolutely incredible. Dave, a force to be reckoned with in the world of X-Works Escorts, has the most formidable rally filing cabinet, so I'm led to believe, and at one point recently had, whoa, it makes me shudder to think, LVX and Pooh, LVX 942J, Pooh 505R, the Uniflow Roger Clark and the Cossack Roger Clark Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts in his workshop at the same time, which tells you how much respect the Escort community has for that man. And he drives that X-Works Mark 1 Escort like Hannu Mikkola stole it. He enjoyed that first stage, didn't he? Local man as well. Another one excited to be on his local lanes. I remember seeing him in the BP Ford, who drove the BP Ford? Was it Pearton Porter in the BP car? And I remember him in that X-Works car at the Driffield Festival of Speed. About half an hour, 40 minutes from here. Maybe a bit longer. At the showground. And we're just sprinting cars up and down. I remember Abby Eaton's dad, Paul Eaton, was in the Arco-sponsored Brit car V6 Mondeo as well. There were two cars that stood out to me. That and Dave Watkins' BP Escort. And I remember at Christmas that year, my dad bought me a Trofu model of the BP Escort and had made me a Matchbox model of the Mark 1 as well. Those little memories mean a lot. My kids are out watching this rally this weekend. It's our home rally. I hope you're watching it, if you're able to as well, either in person or at home. Here we are, Graham. Here comes the rain.
Don't we need that, do we?
We've all been talking about it, though, and you've got at least the right powertrain for it. Have you got the right tyres? I think so.
Yeah, I reckon so. We'll see what happens, won't we?
It's a bit unlucky to get you at the end of stage 1, though.
It's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that stage. It's only the third time I've driven this car, and I've just done single venues before, and absolutely loved it.
Brilliant. You can open it up a bit more here, can't you? Yeah. There we go. Sorry, that was Paul, not Graham, wasn't it? Didn't think it looked like Graham. Thought, has he swapped seats? Nova Power. I'll tell you what. Bill, one of these on a lane. I know I talk about Novas on lanes a lot, but one of these down that lane.
Good fun if you had some brakes. Not a lot of brakes.
More fun for the co-driver if you haven't got brakes.
Yeah, exactly, like, ooh.
Oh no, I said this was a 3.
Well, yeah, it's all right. It's a bit, a few bumps and that. It's a bit jumping around a bit, but yeah, it's all right. It's just, something wrong with the brakes.
Okay. Bad news, more bumps to come.
Yeah.
Watch out for the next one. The camber's funny. You've already seen it. You've done the recce. Funny. That's a technical term. Mick, you look nice and relaxed in here, having just seen the rain starting.
Yes, I know. It's just, I'm just going to hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll just stay off for us a bit longer. So, but yeah, no, that was good. Really settled into
What time are we on, co-driver? 11:50. That's a bit early for the rain.
It is, yeah.
You didn't book it till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, true. So, but we'll manage. We've got the right tyres on, touch wood, so that's good. Yeah.
Stuff. Right, we'll see you later.
All right, pal. See you later.
Mick Quinn, Luke Houghton in the Renault Clio. Not registered for points here in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship at the moment. Hugh James then leads Martin Rossiter and Mark Jasper at the moment. Where's Nathan Evans gone? After stage 4, Nathan Evans dropped back in the Clio in the two-wheel drive battle at the moment. He's top 3 then. Quite a big gap as well between them at the moment. Martin Rossiter second, Mark Jasper third. She came back at speed in that Mark II Escort. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? Hugh James, though, as fast as we expected. Okay, update there then. That's where Nathan Evans has got. I thought it was strange that he dropped back so far. The clutch problem got him at the end of stage 1, so unfortunately not a great opening to the championship campaign for Nathan Evans in the Renault Clio. He'll be out to fight again, and fight he will, because looking at the time through this first stage, he and Hugh are going to have a heck of a battle here today in East Yorkshire Lane, so we'll look forward to seeing Nathan at round 2. And we're all looking forward to round 2, of course. We were talking about this last night. If you caught the pre-show ramble, should we call it, that Phil Bramall and I did in the Protyre Valley show in special stage last night. Sorry, it was a bit late, by the way. It was a busy day yesterday. It's like herding cats. If you've ever tried to catch up with a wide-ranging list of rally drivers who are spread out in a service area, it is like the often said herding cats analogy. So we were a little late getting on the air, but hopefully you enjoyed that. But we said in that, didn't we, that the championship this year with Northern Ireland back in with the down rally, these riding stages, the Hills Ford really coming on strong and back in the championship this year. But you can't have a top rally championship without the Manx in it. You just can't. We grew up watching it. It's incredible to be over there. I cannot wait for round 2, but right now it's round 1. How was that?
No, that was scary.
They bounce around a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, it's a while since I've been on a closed road, so yeah, and yeah, it's pulling around a bit, but well, we've still got the engine under one anyway. So
proper cup car.
It was not now. It's not. It was originally. Yeah, yeah.
BKV, Reg.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's, yeah.
Good stuff. Be great fun on these roads. There we go. The Corsa kit cars are going to have a battle of their own this year in the Protyre, aren't they?
There's a few of them, is it?
How did yours go?
Not too bad. One overshoot. I wasn't listening to the notes, so it's the first time doing pace notes. So.
Did you get stabbed with a pencil?
Oh, almost. No, almost. No.
Good first stage.
Enjoyed it. Yeah. Aye.
What's the plan today then? Because you've got to settle in and get your pace, haven't you, in the championship runners?
Finish. That's what I'm here for. Finish and get some experience.
You got a lot of home support. The Welsh drivers are out in force today here in East Yorkshire.
No, thank you very much.
Good luck. Thank you. Jonathan Elliott-Jones, Ben Duke in the Super 1600 Corsa. And look at this. I was talking about Mark III Astras before, but look at that. Look at that. It's coming up next. Coming up next on special stage, something that will make Paul Woodford very excited. Yeah, Gav, how does it feel to have a Mark II Astra GTE behind you in Louise Aiken Walker colours?
It's John, not Gav. That's Gav.
You got your wrong name on the wrong.
Sorry. Yeah.
Normally I see you like this.
Normally, yeah. Yeah. No, feels real good. Yeah, car feels good. Bit greasy in places. We're being brave with tyres, so hopefully it'll pay off.
Well, you'll need to be now the rain started coming, won't you?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Brave. Thank you.
Entrant Vauxhall Dealer Sport on the door. What a fabulous looking thing.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Good stage with that, really good, yeah. Tyres were good. Just some slicks, yeah, soft slicks.
Have you seen any times?
No, not yet, no. Just bedding herself in.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matthew, that is some machine. Yeah. It's made my day, that. Look at that. Getting towards the tail end of the entry though, but our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship crews just keep on coming because we've got bumper entry here. Almost 100 drivers and co-driver combinations entered ahead of this weekend. Overall individual entries at almost 150. Close of play yesterday. Max Murray, Matty Owen have already been through. One of the Manx Citroen crews. Here's car casement Liam McCann in the C2R2. That will have been a fairly scary ride through there, I reckon.
What's the crack?
Have you?
We've just scrubbed the fresh paint in anyways.
I can see that. The bumper needs realignment.
Should be right.
Apart from that?
Spot on. I just had a bit of a spin in there. Bloody different brake pads in it. They're crap, to be honest. So I've just been round pirouette. It took a few bails out in the meantime, and yeah, here we are. But
we're talking to Max. This is one heck of a warm-up for the Manx, isn't it?
Yeah, seems to be. I don't know. It's soon going to cool down by the looks of it. It's going to be greasy this next loop. So yeah, we'll keep.
Good luck. It is going to be pretty slippery for these guys. Carl Casement, Max Murray, the Manxmen, warming up for their home rally by doing my home rally. It's poetic in my world, at least. The rain is coming down hard now. We have got a rain cover on the camera, luckily. That's the equivalent of us putting our wets on early, isn't it? But we did expect the rain. We just didn't quite expect it to be so early on. We were expecting to stay dry for this first loop of stages. We'll keep the live stream up and running right through until the final crew. As I say, we prepared ourselves for such an eventuality. James Williams then, if he has taken that 10-second penalties, it looks like he has, for clocking in late, coming out of service. As you see, was that the Knob Rally Car Hire Mini coming through? John at the wheel. Yeah, James will be very, very tight in that case. 11.9 was the lead to Callum Black in the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship leaderboard. After 4 stages, 10-second penalty puts him right within grabbable distance. The rain started coming down just at the wrong moment for you there, didn't it?
Yeah, we just had a big spin in there and lost a lot of time. It's just getting slippy now, so yeah. Yeah, probably not. If it carries on raining, we might be in trouble.
Yeah, the weather forecast has done us a disservice there. And as you can see, dry tyres on George Kirby and Lawrence Kirby's Subaru. Says on his window, have you seen this chicken? $10,000 reward. I've seen the chicken. Do I get the reward? Phil, you came in laughing your head off into the control here.
I've never giggled as much in a long time with my clothes on.
I'm pleased they were on. What made you giggle in there?
Him.
Co-drivers, please, your clothes are on and all.
It would help if he knew it's different from his left and his right. That would be a step in the right direction. And if I knew the difference between my left and my right, that would also help.
I suppose there's a 50-50 chance then that if you both get it wrong, you could be right.
Yes, yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it.
I mean, some rally drivers know the lefts from the rights, and there's a lot of other problems to deal with, so at least you know where your issues lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Love to see you enjoying it. Yeah, Phil Chicken, Brian Dukes having a laugh inside the car. Neither of them know their left from their rights. A fairly founding principle of rally driving, to be fair. So the rain actually coming down. I know we talk about rain a lot, but it's part of the gig, you know. The rain coming down far harder than I was expecting at this point now. So this will actually make things, should we say, interesting. The second of our mini rally challenge crews here on the East Yorkshire lanes. John Clayton and Christian Brown. This was the car that George Clark sent me a message about earlier, because when I went for my first meeting with the Spark Development boys, they had this car there for me to do a quick test in, quick drive up the road, shall we say, and decide whether or not I was capable of driving a Mini Cooper S. It turns out I wasn't, but they didn't find that out at the first test. And as George pointed out, it's a mini rally challenge car that I haven't crashed, which is always nice. Nigel, you're on the wrong tyres, and the weather's caught us all out there, hasn't it?
Yeah, a bit slippy, isn't it? They're black and round.
They're still black and round, they're all right.
They are. You're going to have to creep through bits of the next few, aren't you?
I know, yeah. Best we can.
That's rally.
Well, yeah, it is, yeah. It's
You're
fun.
never on right tyre, are you?
You're never on the right tyre, there you go. That is a very good point, and it was Callum Black, our reigning champion, who said that last night. John Shepherd just confirming that you're never on the right tyre. At some point or other today, everybody is going to be on the wrong tyre. Just question is, when does that happen? And for Nigel and for anyone else on dry tyres coming into the end of this first stage, that time is now. 220 Knob, the story on Facebook the other day explained the Knob registrations. Nobby Clark, George Clark's Dakar driving dad. Right, tell me about that.
Very, very slippy. The rain's just come in. We're on a challenge car and challenge tyres, but we're having fun. It's bring this home car for George.
It looks good out there.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. There's a couple of people being caught out. So you just got to treat it with so much caution now this rain's changing.
Yeah, it's going to be greasy for a while, but hopefully full wet will be a bit easier.
Yes, yeah. When it really, really rains, I think we'll be, we can get the lines better. But now we're
stay on challenge tyres.
Yes. Yeah, challenge tyres, challenge car.
Challenge car, challenge tyres, mini rally challenges taking over rallying. Julia Perry paid me to say that, but really it is. Well, I'll tell you what, you're on the right tyres. That was a firm choice, wasn't it?
That was so slippy. I can see why there's so many people off already. But
even on those tyres down there.
Yeah, I'm glad we went for the wets. I don't think we would have got through it otherwise. It was, well, too slippy to imagine going through for a second time in the wet, but...
Russell looks terrified.
I'm loving it. He's loving it.
It's great fun.
He was only looking for the brake once.
Did he find it is the question, because it's a small enough car. If he'd have tried hard enough, he might just have managed to find it. Jack Edwards, Russell Thompson, talking of Mini Rally Challenge, one of the Mini Rally Challenge navigators there. That must have been great fun in a Puma.
Yeah, it was great fun. It's just like a roller skate, you know, driving a go-kart. Pardon?
Happy enough?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, no incidents.
That tyre choice as well.
Plenty of cars off in there, unfortunately, but...
Did you know it was going to rain this early?
Well, we were expecting rain, really, to be fair. You know, it's been forecast and it's here now, isn't it?
Well,
So.
you're on the right tyres, congratulations. He's got Pirelli tyres and he's got a Pirelli keyring. How's that? Another one of the great-looking Mini Rally Challenge crews. How's it?
Oh, not too bad. The weather could do with disappearing again.
Well, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not the kindest of weathers to come, like, I must say.
Tell me about the car.
It's survived the first stage, so it must be all right. Yeah. Yeah, it's two completely different halves to the stage in there. There's plenty of grip to start off with, and then it's like this.
There we
so
go.
We'll get through the rest of them.
Another Mini Rally Challenge crew. Daniel Cosgrove, Paul Stringer. In the CS Developments Mini Rally Challenge car with the weather coming down. It'll be interesting to see how those minis compare. A lot's been said about the Challenge tyres, especially on the Mini Rally Challenge forum, but you know what? Single make series is all about having a stock choice and getting on with it, and they're all right. I know I say that and I crashed, but I crashed when it was dry, so nothing wrong with them. You drive to your tyre, drive to the conditions. That's rallying, isn't it? Some great looking cars though coming out for the championship this year. Looking forward to it. Not too far away now, we'll have Ollie Matteson through, a man who, I say man, he's barely a boy. He joined me at age 14, he was, in the commentary box 4 years ago for the first running of the East Riding Stage. The first time I've met him actually. Mark and Tammy's parents, big rally folk as well, and they've helped a lot with that. How did that go?
It was a bit slippy in there, and I was very, very cautious, but yeah, we got round.
I suppose it's one of those days where first round of the championship, points on the board where others might not.
Get to the finish, isn't it? First time.
Two-wheel drive leaderboard has already been pretty changeable.
Really, yeah. It is slippy now, it's raining as well, so there we go, we're still here.
You're still here, that is the main thing. Enjoy. I talked about Ollie, here he is. Look at that retro Fanta hat. I'm not sure you were even old enough to know what those hats look like. Ollie, you were 14 when you first joined me in the commentary box here. You got a finish in the car recently, which was really important for you. You were on a 12 car the other night. Rallying is life for you, isn't it?
Yes, definitely, yeah. Well, I'd prefer if it wasn't raining, but it's life at the minute,
That catch you out a little bit, because we were expecting it later.
Times, yeah. There was a fast section of some jumps and I nearly lost it into a ditch. The diff was just fighting me, but just kept on the road.
No, that works.
There's a lot off, yeah, there's a lot off in there, so just good to stay on the black stuff for this morning. So.
Good to see you out in the car. Good luck. Ollie Matteson, local driver, and you don't get much more local. Literally lives on one of the stages, I think. There's his mum navigating for him. I know he was navigating for his mum actually on the 12 car I was on recently, so really rallying his life. Will, another big season for you in store, I am sure. What's lying in store today though? What's the plan with this rain coming down?
Well, where we're seeded, really, we just got to give it some and hope to go up about 100 places, really.
There we go.
Yeah.
Seeding, yeah, you can always go one way or the other, but first stage out of the way. You look nice and neat and tidy through there. Are you on the right tyres? You are on the right tyres.
Yeah, it's very slippy out there, so keeping it and tidy. And the first time Emma's been with me, so yeah, we'll give it a go. Like.
Welcome to East Yorkshire. Welcome to the championship, Emma. They're on Michelin wets, and those Michelin wets are going to be William Mains and Emma Clark's best friends. As we get through here. Right, message from Brian Holt, who is in with Colin Minton in the first of the Team Ignition cars. If anybody in service, anyone listening in service or has a phone number of someone in service who has spark plugs for Fiesta R2T, if they could get in touch with Brian, just drop him a message on Facebook, or if you've got my number, drop me a message and I'll get it through to Brian. We're about to finish the stream as the final cars come through here, so I can help with that. But if you've got a set of spark plugs for a Fiesta R2T, maybe M Sport could help Brian, seeing as they're in service. You'd think it's the sort of thing they'd have tucked away in the van, wouldn't you? Yeah, if you've got a set of spark plugs for a Fiesta R2T, Brian Holt and Colin Minton could be your best friends. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Come away from these riding stages with some new best friends. Car 97, if you can find them in service. They're just as you go into service B, near the entrance. If you can help, that would be wonderful. Les, you enjoy that?
Very, very slippery, mate. Lots of cars off already.
I hope you've got your retro special stage rally jacket in the back for this rain.
It's in the back, tucked up, folded up nicely.
It won't be this afternoon because you're going to need it.
I know, it's going to get worse, isn't it, mate? But
yeah, Andrew said the Mini was great fun through those chicanes. How was yours?
Steady Eddie. Andrew is a lot quicker than me. Bit braver.
Still be fun.
Yeah, a bit braver, but yeah.
The tyres are not going to be great in this.
He's on the expensive Avons. Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Rally driver excuses out, but he ain't using them. He's just enjoying himself. Les Alfrey, I turned up to a test at Rally Rides. Hello to the guys at Rally Rides, by the way. To Ian and the team. I think actually they're with James, aren't they? They're all playing rally cars at Race Retro this weekend, so hello to you if you're at Race Retro indeed. But Les turned up in a jacket that I recognised from when we first started doing this, the very first sponsored jacket we had with REIS on. I was like, where did you get that retro rally jacket from? I was told that only Special Stage crew got those. And he just winked at me and said, it's not what you know, Paul. So true, but I never expected it to apply to retro Special Stage rally jackets. I never actually thought at the time that a Special Stage jacket could become a retro rally jacket, Wayne. You still got yours? I bet you have, yeah. We're going to have a collection of them soon, at some point in the future, I think. I think I've got a few as well. My wife keeps threatening to chuck old rally jackets out. I'm going to make sure she doesn't throw those ones out. God, we got jackets from when we did the British Historics, when we did the British Rally Championship. Lots of BTRDA and Protyre Asphalt Championship jackets. The second of the Tour Mark III Astra Group A cars. Look at this. Tell you what, I bet that diff's been fighting you in there, hasn't it?
Yeah, bloody hell, definitely. But that's it. That's the first stage on tarmac in his second rally. We think whether they had a problem or not, but we managed to catch them. But second half's very, very slippy.
The second Mark III Astra with the Tour sunstrip on it looks fantastic.
First one, the head gasket's gone on the first one. Yes. He must have got to the stage end then, did he? At least I don't know.
There were no problems when he got here.
Oh, must have been on the road. Ah, it's a shame. But no, pressure's on us now. We best get through. But
it looks and it sounds amazing. Look at that. Enjoy, boys. Look at you doing your hair before you got to the camera, Mick.
That's it.
Another Rally Challenge crew, how was that?
Slippy, very slippy. We had quite a scary off. I thought something had broke. It was just aquaplaned and I had no control. Went up the bank, stalled, started
These minis can do that to you, you know, just when you least expect it.
I know, it's a bit frightening, but started up and away we went again. So
can't say fairer than that, can you? No damage?
Don't seem to be any. Still steering all right, still braking all right. I don't know what the front's looking like. But it's all right. Oh,
fine, you surprised
we
me.
just skipped along, I think, and then come back on, didn't we? So,
take care in these conditions. The rain's coming now.
I know.
Earlier than we thought.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Stuff. Thank you very much.
Mark Turner enjoying his mini rally challenge experience as well. Called him Mick, didn't I? Sorry, Mark. This is not where we expected to see you, Bernie.
Neither did I expect it, no.
Give me 2 seconds. Hello, I've got rally drivers everywhere.
Good. She got real slippy real quick.
Did she?
Yeah, we went into we were just braking zone and
check the co-driver's reaction when things like that are said.
There was marshals literally telling me to slow down. I was like, oh, I thought a car would be off, and tried to dab the brakes and nothing. So went on a bit of grass, but there's no damage, so no worries.
Just through one of the chicanes?
Into a bridge, I think. Yeah, it was just a turn and it just couldn't turn in, to be honest. But no.
Bridges are treacherous here.
Other than that, well happy. First stage of closed road, so yeah.
Good. That's good to hear. Good luck for Coombe Hill. Freddie Death, Jonathan Barrett, first stage on closed roads. It isn't your first stage though, Chris, is it?
No, we've had 1 or 2 practices around here. Yeah.
How did that one go?
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I was a bit nervous before we set off, but not too bad. Still slippy in the rain. But
do you know what? It shows the mark of the event that you're nervous before you set off, don't you think?
I suppose so, yeah. We've got a lot to live up to with the front guys, haven't we?
I think so. Are you on the right tyres? No, you're not on the right tyres. That might explain some of the nerves and all.
Yeah, they're okay.
All right, catch you shortly. Here we go. Proper car. Micro kit car. Mark, this looks remarkably like the car that I'm going to be driving at Abingdon. It looks glorious.
I nearly rang you the other day to come and have a go in mine while you were in Helmsley.
Fantastic. It looks a great bit of kit. How was it out there?
It was, oh, excuse me, very slippery. Good fun, really good fun there. Nice car for the job.
Have you got the right tyres for the job?
Yeah.
Have you?
We decided last night, sat in the pub, it was going to be wet. So it was wet in the pub, so we thought we might as well have it wet on the stage. So
I'm glad it was wet in the pub. It sounds like a good night.
It was a very good night.
Hope you have a good day to go along with it. The rain started now. You're on wets. You're in a micro kit car. Nice wide arches and some big brakes under those little speedline wheels to get the power down. Looking forward to my micro kit car experience. Bernie, talk to me. What's happened? One of our local drivers.
We got to the start line and I said, this gearbox feels funny. I managed to get a gear, went forward, and then I think it was the clutch that's gone. We've just managed to get second gear. We did all the stage in second gear, which we only hairpin chicanes and that. We did well. It's very disappointing for Steve. All this hassle and grief he's got to go through, he's got here, and unfortunately that's it. There must be 8 or 10 cars off in there though. So we've got here, we're not dented, it's just sort of this problem.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing we can do. Right, but take care, Paul.
All right. Look at that. Just have a look at that. That is some machine with its spotlights on. You just put them on for effect, didn't you? It looks lovely.
It's, it's all the gear but no idea choice, you know. We're going to
I'm all about that.
The part. At least we're still on the road.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's a bit tricky out there, but yeah, it's. I'm getting to feel it, but one wrong move and you're off, aren't you?
Don't try too many wrong moves. What tyres are you on? Oh, well, you made the right move on the tyres at least.
Yeah. It's a bit lower pressures as well, just to try and give us a bit more grip. But yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Brilliant. Right, well, there you go. It's lovely to see an X-Power MG livery. At the moment, then, James Williams leads Callum Black and Hugh Brunton for the top 3 in our Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship leaderboard. And then, of course, we've got the 2-wheel drive led by Hugh James at the moment. It's anybody's guess, isn't it, with the weather doing what it's doing right now. This rain has come down earlier than we thought. We've got a lot of stages in between us right now, but we will be back in the final stage of the day. Dunnington. It's an 8-mile monster to finish the day, and we'll be there live at 2:20 this afternoon for the final stage of the East Riding stages, the opening round of the Protyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship. We'll be back this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day.